Good evening and welcome to the Commitment to Mexcellence, where we talk about the NFL. Well, not just the NFL. Today we have a little bit of college to go on. I will be the host today. Across from me on the drums we have...
TJ, what's up, y'all? And right next to me on the piano, we got...
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that. Fine.
Bass.
Yeah, bass. I'm more of a bass guy.
No,
Like stereotypes.
That's fine. Drum and bass. There you go.
This is a very deep band.
Yeah.
If it's just drums, bass.
Yeah.
we are a low octave band. Listen, we like to keep it low. But before we get
Only
into the
no
show today,
fat.
I'm going to be honest with you, Margot. I'm feeling it right now. I was at Big Tex for the first time in a hot minute yesterday. I'm back on I actually have my program set up and everything. I'm back on it. I went yesterday. And you know that first time you're back?
Yeah.
I was supposed to get... So my other part was that I'm getting 10,000 steps every day, right? Just trying to make sure that I'm keeping active. That did not happen today. I probably won't. It's only going to happen tomorrow. I severely overestimated just how tore up from the floor up I would be.
Oh, the first week is rough.
It sucks, dude. Like
How many steps are you trying to get?
So I'm shooting for 10,000 steps every day.
I had 700 today.
And
Okay.
I'm going to give a quick
congrats,
shout
that's
out
fine.
to PS Sancho 79, new follower. Love y'all's content so far. I've been rewatching everything since I found y'all.
Hey.
First time
Hey!
comment.
Nice.
Yes.
hey, that's super
You like
dope,
to
man.
hear that, right?
Who's your favorite host?
Don't do that.
You can only pick one. No, I'm kidding, dude. It's so great to have you.
We can actually have a scene countdown of favorite hosts at this point.
Yeah. Put a poll up. We could be,
Hey, just to rip off the Band-Aid, the number one pick across the board would probably be JJ. So,
yeah, definitely.
Number 2 is Alyssa, and then number 3. Like, it just...
at that point, you can
We're
just
bottom 3 easy.
Can you just group the black people together so that way we can share a slot, no infighting? When one succeeds, we all succeed.
Well, that 16% will get, maybe that's enough to get an own show.
Yes,
You know?
we'll slowly take over.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, dude, it is. I think I forgot how rough it was because this was like I woke up bad, and I was going at it like straight up superset because I was like first day back. let me get after it, and it was a lightweight superset, like just. All my movements were just complemented with some squats. Literally it. Nothing too crazy. Never again.
So working out's it's a terrible thing.
Well,
It's best not to do it.
it's just the first week. Then after that, you
No,
don't
it's,
get...
it's terrible for
it's the
me every
first
time
week.
I do it.
Have you done it for a month straight?
Yeah, I've tried. I feel like I want to die every
No,
time.
to me-
It never
to-
gets easier for me.
To me, that third week is like coasting.
Nah, never. That's why I stopped doing it.
PS Sancho says TJ is his favorite, actually.
Yeah, look
Oh.
at that. Look.
You're not getting any.
It's a
You're not
good
getting any
thing.
brownie points here for that. I'm kidding.
You got a number one fan.
Hey, just remember, in our first giveaway, there might be some extra raffle tickets going his way. Don't worry about it. Wink.
It's fine.
Nah, but
I'm an Astros fan. Cheating is fine.
Astros on the way to the
10-1.
ALDS. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how they do it. That's the only time I watch them.
you know,
I can't watch baseball. I wish I could care. Texas Tech is actually really good at baseball, but I can't watch baseball.
Well, college baseball is terrible. But like growing up, I was an Astros fan. Of course, Houston
Yeah.
sports fan all around. But I was into baseball as a kid, so that part always stuck as just being a hardcore Astros fan.
I would say
So
that.
I hope they win again. Don't cheat this time, and then I can actually celebrate. We're going to that parade if they do win. It's a
Okay,
party.
I'm down.
It's fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Only reason I'd go to Houston.
Yeah. Same.
I like Houston. That's just me.
Why? Like I'm practically from there, and I don't like it.
I like the fucking attitude everybody has. The punk scene is
Great.
actually...
The driving's fantastic.
The driving is not fantastic. Well, you know what? It makes sense.
Yeah.
The way I drive makes more sense when I drive in Houston
Exactly
than it does
right.
here.
Fire
Yeah.
off the hip. We'll keep it quick. So this will be the pre-show part.
Right.
Rank let's say the 4 prominent Texas cities: Dallas,
only,
Dallas,
like-
Austin, San Antonio, Houston.
It's only 4 of them.
Yeah, that's why I said rank
okay.
the 4. I was going to say rank 5, then I was like,
oh,
who
that's
the
the
5th?
I
easiest
feel like El
question
Paso
ever.
should be in there, but
No,
no
it
one's.
shouldn't.
Yeah.
Fine, 5,
shouldn't.
El Paso.
No, because then you have to put Corpus. No, we're not doing that. 4 majors.
The 4 on the strip.
The worst is Dallas.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
that.
can concur with that.
Then it would be, for me, San Antonio. I know that's not going to be popular for
Nope,
most people.
I'm with you
That's
still.
wrong.
Oh, wow. And then it'll be Houston and then Austin.
Same. My list is exactly his. Because my family lives in Houston. I
I don't
live
give a
there.
fuck. Dog,
It's
look.
I
Look.
know Houston like the back of my head. So
Look, okay, so starting at the bottom is Houston.
it's fair.
Then it is D-Town, San Ann, Austin.
San Ann does deserve
Like
the second
San Antonio,
spot. It really does.
no, San Antonio doesn't. I feel like doesn't
Okay.
get enough credit.
It doesn't.
But its New Year's celebration is one of the dopest things I've seen as a small city, where they got festivals and things
Not a
going
small
on.
city.
Well, for like the smallest of
The most low key. Of all of them,
the most low key.
Only one sports team.
I think I think the thing with San Antonio is people are like, ooh, it's like supposed to be a tourist type of thing when has the album on. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. Look, you go there, and if you set your expectations for like,
You're gonna be. Oh, if you set them high, you're gonna be disappointed.
Could be disappointed
Yeah.
unless you go during New Year's, in which case they'll probably blow it out the water.
Right.
But Dallas,
San Antonio has Fiesta, though. That would probably kick it up a couple notches.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Denver-
theme parks.
And
And a theme?
the Barbacoa and Red Bull Big Red
The
Festival.
Riverwalk is a
Yeah.
nice little thing to do.
See, that's
you're
my-
right. It is. Yeah,
It's nice.
So can I switch mine?
Yes,
All right, yeah, no, I'll go.
make the right decision.
The bottom of the most bottomest, the bottom bitch of Texas is Dallas. It's trash. It's Southern Oklahoma.
Y'all have not. That is very.
It
offensive.
is Southern Oklahoma.
Y'all have not ventured
Third.
out enough in Dallas because
It is
Houston
garbage.
sucks.
Third is Houston. Yeah, you're right. Second,
Okay, let me rephrase this. I really only like the top 2 that much. I'm not even trying to defend
Yeah.
Dallas now. Driving in Dallas sucks. I have to take like a lunch pack to make it
not
across the
even
city.
really Texas. Like they're way up there. At least the other 3 are like within 200 miles of each other.
Well, you'd think that, but it's 3 hours to get to. It's basically 2.5 to get to Houston, right?
About two.
Yeah.
About 2. The way I drive to.
They're both about 2.5.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Dallas is the same.
But who wants to go to Dallas?
I have to.
I
have
I
family
don't like
there.
Oklahoma, TJ. I'm not a fan.
So in
At all.
Dallas, I like
Fuck Kyler Murray. Go ahead.
I like Deep Ellum. I like Deep Ellum.
It's a good place.
Deep Ellum soap.
Yeah, they have one of the funnest. It's like Dallas Con or something like that. But it's one of the funniest things where everybody in the costumes, they go to a bar afterwards that's at the Bomb Factory, I think, and it's a lot of fun. Like that was one of the most.
Outskirts of Dallas is fun. Like Grapevine ain't terrible, but it's just the city of Dallas-Fort Worth is just
I can't.
shouldn't be a part of Texas.
I can't differentiate it
Okay.
too much because when you're in Dallas, it's completely different from any other metroplex except Houston, where it's like we're going to this thing and the thing's 45 minutes away. Like,
yeah, it's the largest landmass city.
Like that's
That's
not a
Weird.
thing.
Yeah, it's very weird.
That's not a thing in Austin where it's like, all right, we're going to Cedar Park after hanging out in Buda. But in Dallas, that's completely normal.
No, literally, like
That's
we'll be
weird.
like, all right, let's pregame at this set of bars, hop in this Uber for 45 fucking minutes, and go to Deep Ellum to just sober up in the Uber, and then by the time you get to Deep Ellum, you might as well start drinking
Let's be
again.
honest. Houston and Dallas are like the same fucking city.
No, completely different species.
Yeah,
mean,
no,
Dallas is literally whiter. That's what I'm going to say.
It's
Yeah.
the whitest
have money.
city. Dallas,
and lots of it.
but they're not cool. Like
I used to actually, if you would ask me, maybe last year I might have had Dallas at the bottom just because I grew up there and I didn't really need to be there that much.
I'm sorry for talking shit about your hometown.
I don't
it's
care.
garbage.
I don't
Houston
really,
is too.
I don't really. Yeah, I mean, bottom of the barrel doesn't really
They suck.
They're
Like
not
if you
great.
come here, don't go there. Don't go to either one of those.
Or at
cities.
least don't go there until you've come to Austin, and then you can go there.
if you feel the need to. Like, and one beautiful thing is Austin and San Antonio, hour apart. Knock it all out at
That's what I'm
once.
saying. Like, you could
it's
do it.
beautiful. It's and they're the best 2 cities in Texas.
But look, you go from Austin to San Antonio. That's the normal time it took me to go from my house to school in Dallas. So I don't like that.
From school to my friend's house in Houston. Actually, longer.
My brother
The
drove.
distance was shorter, but with traffic.
My brother used to drive an hour and 15 minutes every day.
Yeah.
My mom still makes an hour commute to work. Why live in these cities?
Money. Dallas ain't got shit. Houston is fire. Come on, Tommy. You tripping, though.
Hey, man, I'm practically from Houston. My whole family's from Houston. I love the city, but I feel it's more of a personal thing. If you look outside of that shit, it ain't a great city, man. Like, it smells bad. It floods all the time. The people are great.
It's humid.
I was about to say Austin
Fucking people are
might
amazing.
smell worse at this point with the homeless problem that we got here.
I haven't been downtown in a while. Is it real bad?
Downtown's rough. Downtown is rough. Yeah, no, I have nothing but love in my heart. For
Nah,
Houston.
dude, I have wanted posters in the homeless community, so I'm good.
Yeah, you did that.
So, I legit, they have makeshift wanted posters with my picture on it. I'm good.
P.S. Sancho says, I'm looking for a new place to move from the Bay Area.
Do not
to
come
Texas
here.
next year.
Nah,
I'm a butcher. Where would
that's
y'all
cool,
recommend?
but you can take Oklahoma needs butchers. Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, they
That's
all
our
need
new viewer.
butchers.
Be nice.
No, I love them. Please continue. It's a lot of motherfuckers moving here, man.
But he's actually got a down to earth sort of career path. All right, so if he's a
Okay.
butcher.
Yeah.
He's a hey,
I would actually say Houston, which is what somebody said
Yeah,
in the chat.
Houston.
Houston's actually
Honestly,
a good choice. It's affordable.
Honestly, any outskirts Texas, I think you'll be fine because of how just meat dependent this place is. So I think you'll be okay no matter
If you
where
hook us
you
up
go.
with some cuts, then yeah, move here.
I don't know
I'm
what-
good with.
I don't know when's the last time you've been to Houston, but it's actually become like a big culinary capital when it comes to
Yes.
different
It's a lot
foods.
of. It's a very cultured city,
yeah.
which might surprise some people who haven't been there. But yeah, no, it's super fucking cultured and
It-
very diverse. Like
People think-
the people are fucking amazing. I think in Houston.
People think Houston's black. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. It is.
Yeah, people think of it as like Texas Atlanta. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I mean-
sort of kinda, but
That's not wrong.
yeah, it's not.
But it's not
wrong.
entirely correct.
Right.
I mean, if it's not Houston, there's no other place that could be Texas black-ish.
that is true.
Yeah.
So I mean, the closest thing
You
to
just start
Atlanta-
to get whiter as you go up.
That's how it really goes.
No. Okay, so San Antonio is like Hispanic people. Then you start to get lighter in Austin. And then, yes, Dallas is white, but it still has more black people than Austin, just from proximity
Well,
basis.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
But, and then you go to Oklahoma, which is what Dallas is, and it's all white. So there you go.
The Dallas Cowboys have more black people than Austin.
That's true. I can count us on one hand.
I just want to let you know, I'm not defending Oklahoma, by the way. I don't have any sort of...
Are you Texas or are you Oklahoma? What school did you go to exactly, motherfucker?
Oh, man, they just played each other this week, too.
I don't want
We
to
don't
talk
talk about it.
Yeah.
But this is a good segue to talk
Right.
about the other Texas school that has kind of been a wayward child for a little bit. Texas A&M beat Alabama.
And you know what? I love it. Oh, I really love it. Look at me, Marcos.
I'm looking.
I love it. You should know why I love it. Neither of you have a clue.
Go for it.
Did you forget who Alabama's offensive coordinator is?
Oh, great.
The one who called the shittiest offensive game Alabama has had in years. Good old Bill Buttchin O'Brien. That motherfucker. And he got roasted come Sunday. And
Look.
I was on every Twitter feed hitting like.
You don't... When you look at Alabama, you just don't think losing, right?
No, they're the
No.
perpetual winner.
This was the first time one of the underlings of Nick Saban has ever beat him.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
he was
it's
an
even more
offensive coordinator.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so fantastic.
How many kids do you think went into the locker room and had a panic attack because they didn't know what losing was like?
A lot.
Had
A
a
lot.
mental breakdown. That's the first time they've realized mental health is important.
Who's that quarterback? Bryce Young?
Bryce Young
Is that their quarterback?
from Texas A&M?
Alabama.
Alabama? Not sure. I'm not.
It's Bryce. No, that's the sad part. Like, you should know, but I don't either. Like, no one
Well,
really
they're
does.
so replaceable. I didn't even notice
They are
until for
interchangeable.
like 5 because they're not amazing. They're not Patrick Mahomes or
never
Lamar
are.
Jackson. But at one point, I didn't know that Tua, Daniel Jones, and there's a third
Wait,
one,
Mac Jones, right?
the one from the Giants.
Oh, Dan Jones? He went to Alabama?
He went to Alabama,
Did
and then
he
there's
really?
another one.
That's fucked up, man. Like, A.J.
Tua-
McCarron.
AJ McCarron,
Yeah.
Tua Tagovailoa, like they all were just interchangeable.
they really were.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy. Good God. What kind of machine do you build like that? Like, and that's all it is.
And they all didn't last that long. They were both there like 2 years, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's like, as a one day hopeful parent, right?
Right.
Like, imagine if your kid's like, I went to school, like I'm going to go play football at Alabama. That's like a stamp. Like,
proudest pop in the world.
like
type
I'm
shit.
doing backflips because I know that I'm getting a Lambo out of this. Because hey, look,
You're getting drafted. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I know that there's some people, like, weird American culture shit where, like, they're like, oh, it's your kid's money. I'm like, no, my kid makes it in the NFL. I made it into the NFL.
No, I got to look. You're going to like this.
Yes, sir.
Your children are an investment.
Thank you. That is exactly what my aunt told me
Yeah, they are.
about her kids.
Look it. I tell my cousin has a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, both cute as shit. Like, they could be in commercials easily. And I was like, look, it's not exploitation if you're with them and you watch every move that is made. Mm-hmm. But make some money off of these motherfuckers. Like, they ruined your body. Like, look at you. You're miserable. Because, you don't want these children. But you got them. She's a great mother. So make some money off of them. I would do it.
See, the way that you approach it is very much like how my mom approaches it, to where she doesn't need a penny drop from me, but that does not stop her from asking for things.
No, Mom.
She does not need a penny. No. She has plenty of money. She genuinely.
Black mothers need nothing from you.
She doesn't need anything.
They really don't.
She's got investments. She's good.
Yeah, my mom's is good too, but she told me I want a house.
Yeah, that's exactly what
That's it. And you're done. Your debts are paid.
You're good.
Yeah.
You get the one big thing.
That's it. They hold out for that one big thing. Every parent does.
But, yeah, going to Alabama and just the factory they produce is ridiculous. And the fact they lost is hilarious.
Fantastic.
I also think it's funny. Like, now they're looking at the updated thing. Texas A&M beat them, and they only got rewarded with being 21. They already have 2 losses this season.
Seriously?
Yeah, they already have 2 losses this season. But somebody that I was talking to did make the point that Texas A&M lost to Arkansas and Mississippi State.
Right.
And he thinks that both those teams could beat Alabama this year with that defense. That's why Texas A&M beat them.
I hope they lose again. And I just want to see Bill O'Brien. I want the spotlight back on that motherfucker. He ruined my team. TJ.
You just like to hate on Bill O'Brien, and I appreciate it because I don't like Bill O'Brien.
How could you? How could you like him? He's the most unlikable human being on the planet Earth.
What was it?
Oh, they play Mississippi State this week too.
Let's see what happens.
Well, hey,
at least a close one.
At least there's some happy Texas teams.
Who? Oh,
A&M.
Oh, well, no.
I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are another happy Texas team.
No, you know what I meant. We're on college football. Look, I don't want to talk about what happened with the Longhorns, but let's just say I was not very proud of it. And I miss Cocaine Tom.
Who?
It's Tom Herman.
But you'll be in the SEC soon, so you'll be playing all these.
Tom Herman?
Hey, man, the hurt wouldn't have hurt nearly as much. If I can just, I know.
You want someone to blame.
Yes. I want something. Someone. I need a martyr.
So I feel differently about Tom Herman than most do because I'm U of H, and he did quite well there before he went and destroyed UT, which is weird because UT is my initial, that's the team I grew up loving, so that's my college football team. I went to U of H. That's just, I don't even put them in the category. I will root for them against you guys. But like, yeah, so I don't like I don't want anyone to blame. This team is not bad, but it ain't good.
It's neutral.
It's something, and I don't like that, but I feel like you can work with this.
I got corrected in the chat. Yeah. Mac Jones is from Bama. Daniel Jones is from Duke.
Yeah, I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, what? But I believed you because who the fuck knows Alabama quarterback?
Can I also put a caveat here? Actually, yeah, I don't want to siphon this from college football.
Right.
But let me just put a caveat here. Look, so I was watching the game versus Daniel Jones and Mac Jones. And that's the hardest differentiation I've ever had. The Northeast just has copy and paste white quarterbacks that all look the same. It's not just because they're white quarterbacks. As you go to Cincinnati, I see, like you'll see someone different. You go down to Tampa, you see someone different. But from New York along that East Coast, it's just all interchangeable. The Jets, who's their quarterback?
Zach Wilson. He's a blonde-haired white kid with blue eyes. So there you go.
Giants. Daniel Jones.
He's got
New
brown
England.
hair, but yeah, same thing.
Mac Jones.
blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy.
No, he's brown. I think. I don't know. This is the
Close
problem.
enough.
They look the
It's
same.
the
They
same.
took off the helmets. And I
Davis
couldn't
Mills
tell.
belongs up there because he's very. I can't tell the difference between him and Matt Ryan. Like,
Look for the long neck.
Jesus, mutant neck.
Even Mr. Buffalo Bills himself.
Oh,
Josh
Allen, you're right.
Josh Allen. I'm not kidding. They look the
Generic
same.
white guys, yeah.
They look the same. It's like
They would think they'd be in a fraternity.
Like when you pick a creative player and then you just leave it.
Yeah, you
on
don't
default.
bother. Yeah, you just pick a skin tone and just let it go. Yeah,
like it's like I hit this realization this weekend when I was watching all the games, and it was like in the middle of the Patriots and Giants game. It was the most like they gave each other like a hug, like not a hug, like you know, the friendly like handshake type of shit after the game, and I literally couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Literally, it was like that's the same person.
he's not lying.
I think Lamar might be the only one that sticks out in the Northeast.
It's true.
Too far south.
Baltimore?
Too
I
far.
think he's literally further north than the Patriots.
They're like, you got one blip. But time out. The Ravens are the exception, not the rule.
They are. I mean, he's just like a little fucking raisin floating in milk. It's crazy. That's a great analogy.
So what do you think happens to Alabama for the rest of the season?
If they lose again, of course, they should be done. But who
They're
the
short
fuck
circuit.
knows?
Well, they have to play Georgia again, so I think that's a
Oh, I
definite.
can't wait for that shit. When is that game?
I don't think they play till the championship.
Oh,
If they make it to the championship, if Ole Miss if Mississippi State beats them,
I would
they
like
won't.
to see what their lineup is looking like.
Can I just also say, I've always hated the makeup of college football.
Oh, it's the most ridiculous makeup
It's
ever.
like if your mom does a backflip and your sister's cousin marries into the family, then they go to the playoffs. It's like this trigonometry shit to understand
It's
who's
not.
making it to the playoffs.
They make it seem more complicated. It's whoever gets us the highest ratings will finesse them into the playoffs. That's how
Well,
that works.
or
And-
they get
well,
a bowl for something. I don't know why.
Those bowls are ridiculous.
Well, no offense to TJ and any Ohio State fans that we have, because they both have giant media departments. Like literally going to UT for any sort of media career in journalism
Right.
is a big golden bonnet. And a lot of people that end up working for ESPN, ABC, or anything end up being graduates of Ohio State or UT. So all those two schools have to do is win 3 games in a row, and they're in the top 20.
It's true. They fucking rank UT every year for no reason, just because they're UT.
Hey, time out. We have money.
That's what I'm saying.
Better stop.
No, I'm
That
very
makes
proud.
sense, baby.
Very proud of that. Just saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, the one thing is, there's
I don't give a fuck. You can buy us a ranking.
shit.
I don't give a shit.
No, it's funny because it's just like, yeah, like when you think of college sports, they go like even when they suck, they have the Cowboys effect. It's very similar.
That's why I always compare
It's
UT
a
to the
very
Cowboys.
similar
Yeah.
effect where it's like people are just confused. Like after a certain point, you just have to accept the Longhorns weren't good
Yeah.
instead of being like it's just not our year. No, you can't have consecutive not our years
It's
for
terrible.
like
You're just a bad team.
7 years. No,
Yeah.
they're just bad. But people just can't accept that.
People, I mean, it's still the Longhorns. You know?
It just doesn't compute. It doesn't make sense. It's like the cow, but they bring in money. They will always bring in
They will
money.
always bring in money. But the whole fucking makeup of college football it makes no sense. Perfect example, which will probably segue us into the next subject. Urban Meyer. I mean, look, one of the best college coaches ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
As is Nick Saban. Nick Saban tried to go to the NFL. That did not work out great.
No, it didn't.
Urban
Meyer
Meyer, we
tried.
already see how that's going. Well, loss number 5, yes? Yeah, loss
Yep,
number 5.
loss number 5.
So it's going great. But the thing is, it's a completely different job than college football. College football, you recruit, you stack talent.
It's just different. They're
Boom.
different.
It's creating a fucking football team on Madden that's all 99.
I was about to say,
That's
like,
what
I
it
feel
is.
like
That's the
Alabama
exact
doesn't
thing it
really
is.
even need to be coached the way they
If
recruit.
you've ever played franchise mode and you just created your entire roster, all with the highest scores, that's Alabama.
That's very true.
And play a team, and that's exactly what it's like to be Alabama playing any fucking team in the fucking SEC. So it's just, yeah, it's not fair. Clemson the same way. It's all recruiting. It's just super teams going up against. It's high school all-star teams going up against
It's each other. Yeah,
That's all it is.
I also just think I feel as though, right?
Yeah.
The pathway in terms of your understanding is also very different depending on your entry point into the NFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I think the issue is you can't just copy and paste a coach into, like you're saying, you can't copy and paste a coach from college into NFL.
Right.
Whereas I feel like, let's say you're a good high school coach, right? Mm-hmm. You're in like, it's almost like
I've heard this analogy.
yeah, it's like, you can go into the college path or you can go start your NFL journey.
Right.
Which
start
gives
off
you
at the bottom and go up.
Yeah, which sets
That's a lot of people do that.
Yeah, which sets you at a better place than if you're trying to go from college into the NFL 9 times out of 10, because you can't unlearn the way that you operate.
Right.
Now, if you come in, like, I really think the only way a college team could, like, a college coach, not the only way, but I think a primary way a college coach can work in the NFL is if they really do have a pretty dang, all across the board, a younger team. But you don't
Even
ever
then,
get
it's
that,
still
right?
not gonna-
And then also, like,
Yeah.
it'd have to come with the caveat that they're probably going to lose a lot at the first.
Cincinnati. That's a young team.
That's true.
And I mean,
they're
they do
winning.
okay. Well, now this is Joe Burrow's technically his second year, so that helps. But if he was a rookie, probably not.
Cooked a little bit.
Yeah,
So-
he cooked a little.
So in the tirade about 3 minutes ago, you mentioned Urban Meyer, who's probably doing backflips right now because
He's crip walking. He is thrilled.
he's no longer in the hot seat anymore.
No,
What-
another coach has taken his place.
Hey, bro, how many voicemails do you think Urban Meyer left on Gruden's phone? Like, gotcha, bitch. That's what he's saying, bro. Like, hey, yo, young Urban. Hey, you should. This is why I said you should have stuck your guns, because right in the wings there was something a brewing. So you still a bitch, you know, because you were like, oh, woe is me. Nah, you still a bitch for that. But I'm happy that the spotlight's on you, because honestly, the thing that happened to me deserves the biggest,
more so
the
than
big
Urban.
deal. If you watch the Urban Meyer podcast, you might have got my opinion where I was like, I get it, terrible dude, shitty person.
But there's a worse one.
Yeah, but to me, I'm like, look, like, that's more of a relationship issue versus a publicity issue.
Right.
This is more of a publicity issue.
Yeah.
Versus than
That's
anything
all this
else.
is. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Marco, just paint the context for us.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
So, for the uninitiated or the people in the chat that have really actually been begging for us to talk this for a while,
Right.
we're talking about Jon Gruden and how he had to resign. I believe it was Monday. Like, there was still a game going on.
Yeah, literally. Literally, it was like, was it during halftime or was it before the game?
It was something like
Something
that.
like that, but it took over the attention of the game.
It was a good game, too.
I think it's the Colts. That's just sad that it went to overtime.
The Bills, what is it? The Colts?
Ravens,
Colts and Baltimore.
Ravens versus Colts, right?
I stopped watching, and then I literally woke up next day. They talk about, Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate. I'm like, motherfucker, it was the Colts.
Can I also just,
You shouldn't have gone that
can I
far.
also just say that entire time I was like, I'm really hoping for it, because this is my pick'ems. Right? I was like, I need this.
Yeah.
Of course, the Colts let me down, but not in fantasy terms. Jonathan Taylor did exactly what he needed to do.
Finally.
But yeah, this happened in the middle of the game. Let's just go with the middle of the game. And you can't have news like this drop on a kind of meh game. Or a
Well, I mean,
meh
let's
in
just
highlight.
Yeah.
just take a step back to the week before. I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday.
It was the first shoe dropped.
Which should have been the shoe, y'all.
We'll get to it. Yeah. But go ahead, Marco.
Well, I mean, we have people defending him already at that point when it was.
We had quite a few people defending him at that point. And
still
even
have people
in house. Yeah.
The mental gymnastics people will take for this dude who will not. I'll get into it, but continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
There's so much I don't understand, but I'll leave that for the back end. But basically there was a chain of emails, and
Well, they're investigating Washington, the football team.
For what is it, like
Misconduct.
misconduct in their organization.
Yeah.
see, that was the part I didn't know. I was
Right.
because the part that actually freaks me out the most about this chain of emails, or that I thought that was the most disturbing, is that there was a story that the cheerleaders are forced to perform topless or something like that. The pictures like that leaked.
Oh, yeah.
That was in the email chain that
Right.
Gruden was had at some point between that,
It was with Bruce Allen,
who
who was, I believe, the GM or an executive with the Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
So these were email chains between the two of them, and also the CEO of Hooters, I believe, one of the founders of Hooters. There's two of them. One of them was also on this chain, as was the owner of PDQ and a bowl, I guess, director or coordinator.
First problem.
Yeah.
Hooters dude. Really? You
You don't need that kind of heat,
Really?
Hooters guy. Yeah.
Like-
yeah.
dude, like literally, that's your job. Whatever.
Yeah,
that's
That's pretty ridiculous.
what? I'm just gonna.
It's Florida, man. Who knows?
I feel like Papa John's was the only dude missing in that email to just make it
He's
like
got
an
to be
overall
on there
pop.
somewhere. It's 6,000 emails, so he's got to be on one of them.
The Chick-fil-A dude's just on BCC, bro.
He never responded.
Yeah,
He never replied.
He never responds. He's
Yeah.
too smart for that. But no, dude, the Hooters guy being in there is weird.
It's very bizarre.
But yes, so from my understanding too, I did read that there was nude images of cheerleaders that was also
it's
included
a lot
in
of
the threads.
shit happening. with
But
those.
really, coming from that story on Thursday, the primary thing that popped off was in regards to the comment that they found that Gruden made in regards to the what is the NFL PA, right?
Yeah.
Lead, where basically, essentially, he was like, has lips as large as Michelin
tires.
which he then followed up by defending, saying he uses the term rubber lips for those who talk too much X, Y, and Z.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows rubber lips, right? Not as though lips that happen to be thicker than most and or thick as tires, if you will, are a common trait that people have stereotyped with a certain demographic of people. He hates black people. I don't get it. Like, that should have been the trigger. That should have been the sign from day one
But
that
not only black people. He had plenty of hate to go around.
he hasn't got to he hasn't got to that hate point yet.
Okay.
Because at this point, when I read that
That was
line,
the first one.
That was the first one.
That was the prelude, if you will.
Which I have my own inherent issues that it wasn't enough just off of that. It took the other demographics before he had an issue. Fuck that. But let's move that all aside. The mental gymnastics people took then to try and defend him was more along the lines of, hey, you know what? Well, a long time ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah. Like, you know, there wasn't. Sure, it can.
He's learned from. He's
Maybe in
learned
your corner
since
of your
then,
brain, you
TJ.
can kind of sort of
TJ.
maybe argue.
They said he learned
But
since then.
he's learned. He's grown.
He's grown.
And I think
He's
that
changed, Marco.
the quintessential thing that
He literally had no growth moment between then and
No, not at all.
he didn't even really apologize.
Look, one thing we should know, as all three of us adults, we don't change for shit.
I don't change.
It's a fact. It's a psychological fact. People stop like changing after they're like mid-20s at most. So the fact this old fucker would change is ridiculous.
Uthradar, we just got into the Jon Gruden segment where we're talking about the Oakland Raiders coach and why he got fired.
But definitely, like, my whole thing was, right, the only reason why I didn't get up and crunk and backflip it uppity was that everyone and their left nut grandmother was like, you know what, Gruden's never given me that air. I've worked with Gruden.
Yeah.
I've been beside him. I've talked to
Talking
him.
about Tony Dungy?
Yeah, niggas who own plantations. But I would say that who would be comfortable with owning plantations. But I've worked beside him, never even got an ounce of flow. Of course, dumbass. Why would someone be openly racist? It took digging into emails before you found out.
You know who knew it from jump? Oh, Keyshawn Johnson.
And he was.
Told you so. Told you he wasn't shit. Didn't I?
He came out ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Every fucking sports show
But-
today. Keyshawn.
He's a Raiders coach.
But
Say glad it was a 49ers coach.
Oh, no.
Raiders coach,
No,
not the
Raiders
40.
coach, unfortunately.
Michael Shahanigans is fine. Oh, no, excuse me, he's not Michael, but Shahanigans is fine.
Shanahan?
Yeah,
Kyle Shanahan?
shenanigans.
Okay.
Glad it wasn't a 49ers.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
glad it was. Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Touche. Yeah.
But the whole thing was that a lot of sports professionals, players, and people of otherwise media were like, "Hey, look, like it's been a while.
He gets a pass."
Like black people even stepping up, being like, "Look, he's never said that towards me. It could have been interpreted X, Y, and Z." Which, hey, you know what?
Fair.
Like if you are genuinely a person who had the scenario where you made that comment, you weren't. Let's even say you were made it unintentionally trying to be malicious, and people can vouch for your character like that, then you know what? That's like the type of sort of forgiveness path that people,
it paves the way for that.
It paves the way for forgiveness. It paves the way for understanding.
Right.
Because you're like, people are all speaking to his character.
And to be fair, this motherfucker, had a very successful career both in coaching and media for decades.
Yeah.
You don't do that by just going around calling motherfuckers big lip niggas. So, yeah, he just didn't say it. He kept it internal. A lot. What Keyshawn mentioned was, and a lot of people actually, Keyshawn wasn't the only person to come out today and be like, no, he's a terrible fucking person. The thing that most people associate with Jon Gruden is a guy who will tell you, hey, you're an all right guy in your face, Marcos. And then I turn around the corner and tell TJ Marcos ain't shit. Fuck him, he's a punk ass bitch.
But you do that
That
normally.
kind of shit. Huh?
About Marcos. What are you talking? Oh shit, I can't say that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But that's Jon Gruden.
No, that's Jon Gruden.
Yeah, that's his thing. That's the reputation he's had for a while. The racist shit came in and they were like, well, I'm not surprised. Some were like, I'm a little surprised. I just thought he was a bad dude, which I don't know why you wouldn't associate those two things together, but whatever. But yeah, no, like, he's just a bad fucking guy, which makes you really think, like, most of these coaches are probably fucking terrible.
No, oh my God. The amount of tweets I read that said, man, Jerry Jones' IT guys has to put in a lot of work.
Man. Holy shit.
Has to go back to when emos were first available.
Above and beyond.
Jerry Jones has a radio show, and he had a comment on this, and he was like the most non-thing. It's like he did a big addition to the sport, and it's sad to see him go, something like that. And then that was all he said, and the big word around, big internet rumor is that if you dig through his emails, if you dig through his emails, you'll find stuff.
It's, again, there are 6,000 of them out there still being sifted through, and people are like, it's going to be more people.
So I'm not going to defend Jerry Jones because he's a cowboy or something. I just say, at that point of old age, it's expected, and I'm just like, all right, cool, whatever. It's expected.
I expect every old white person to be
racist. To be honest, yeah.
You do. It's the safest play. Just expect them all to be racist as fuck.
So before we go into the weeds on some of the rest of the comments, let me just go ahead and give the biggest PSA I can. And I hope that this is a message that resonates with everybody, because I think sometimes people forget, whether you're black, white, in between.
Right.
Because they're the head of an organization, because they're a coach, just because they're a coach in football and they work together with black people does not mean they're not racist. When you own slaves, when you used to own slaves back in the day,
right,
did that make you not racist because you happened to get work done alongside African American individuals?
You fed them good,
and you made sure they were fed good and had a good place to sleep. No, dumbasses, look, so they could be. It should be not expected, but the environments that are conducive for this behavior, where the telltale sign is the amount of African American coaches that head up teams.
70%.
That head up organizations, even more so.
Right.
That should be your telltale sign. Before we even get into the back ass comments and the remainder of the shit that he's touched, because he decided, hey, you know what?
Yeah, we got a lot of shit to cover.
I've tasted, I've hit maybe 8, 9 of the herbs. Let me make sure I hit all 11, right? Like, I'm trying to taste all the racism.
The kernel.
Uthradar says old people can't be woke. I would counter that with Dolly Parton and
Bernie Sanders.
They were already woke before woke was even a fucking thing. Trust me, the way Dolly Parton feels about everything she feels about now, she felt about that shit back then.
That's true.
Yeah, so no, they were just that way already. Old people who are on that line, like even some of those motherfuckers are racist. A lot of them actually. But yeah, no, just people who even on that line back then, trust me, they went over to the racist side. So yeah.
It's easier.
Yeah.
It's much easier. People start to realize their privilege the older they get, and they don't want that shit to change. Thus, why most of them vote Republican. Go ahead.
Well, we actually haven't talked. Well, we alluded to it,
Right.
but the racist emails came out on Thursday, and they actually got kind of downplayed.
They got hella kind of downplayed.
Can I go in on that?
Please
Yeah.
go.
So
Daggin.
the word is, and this pretty much everybody kind of says this is what's going on, is the NFL wanted Gruden out after that first one.
But they left it up to
Oh, good old, what's his Davis?
Mike Davis.
Mark.
Al Mark.
Mark
Yeah.
Davis, right?
The guy with the weird fucking haircut.
They both had weird haircuts.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah.
They're stone cold weirdos. But they're good people. I like what they've done throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tom Flores, the first African-American coach, all that good shit. When it comes to them and the Steelers are the same when it comes to things like that. So it kind of baffled me how Mark Davis, having the opportunity to fire this motherfucker or have him resign, whatever you choose, after the first email, that's what the NFL wanted. That was their goal. Mark Davis decided to let the motherfucker coach a game. So, and they lost, of course.
They played very lackluster that
They
game.
better get used to that this season because that's probably what it's going to be like. But okay, so yeah, he had the opportunity, but he decided not to do it. Jon Gruden was known as Al Davis's son. Like they were close, tight knit. He calls Jon Gruden his brother. All that bullshit. So people are like, okay, well, brother, no. Like they gave you an out. You had to know more was coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
Had to know.
He knew things were going to hit the fan, and he chose the more difficult path.
Sure did. Really showed his ass on that one, didn't he? And so, instead of him just doing that, these emails didn't have to see the light of day.
Yeah.
But NFL, being the vicious bitch it is, decided, nah, well, he ain't going to do it. Here's about how many more emails? Is it 120? I don't know. They got 6,000 of them hoes.
It was very calculated. They were like, all right, if black wasn't enough to get the fire going. All right. Do the F word card. Yeah. I'm like, no, dude, like.
No, they went for a fucking kill shot. They're like, okay, well, clearly people don't give a racism isn't working out too well. So shockingly, what else we got? Man, look, hey, we got homophobic slurs, transphobic slurs. What else you want? He called Roger Goodell some shit. I think that's a homophobic slur. Yeah, throw that shit in there. Roger Goodell saw that shit and he was like, oh yeah. All of it. Give them all of it.
He was sitting in a chair and he turned around. He said,
You remember his basement in the draft? That's what he was in his chair doing one of these. Yeah.
he had the dart ready, aiming at Meyer, and he was like, oh.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, it was dangling between Deshaun and Irvin. Yeah.
And so let me go ahead and, because I really do want to dive into some of those other areas too, but let me go into, I think this is the perfect time to go into some of the defenses.
I know I forgot some of the shit he said. It's so much.
I want to go into some of the defenses and go ahead and deflect some of those things before we even dive into the other areas. Quote unquote, if you were one of those people who said, well, Tyreek Hill and Antonio Brown did things, why does it make sense? Why do they get to play? Number one, they're players. It's a little bit different in terms of how you're evaluated, and you don't represent an organization because you don't head it up. Number two,
Goodell said all the smoke.
Number two, I never condoned either one's behavior. Actually, if anything, Tyreek Hill, we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Well, fucking fantasy, fine, but he's not a great
I'm
person.
not rooting for him at all.
Not rooting for him.
Yeah.
Secondly, dude, straight up, when you're a head coach,
It's a whole different thing.
it's a whole different thing because you are attached more so to the organization than anything else. Players are often traded. They can be cited. They can be removed from rosters. You can be deactivated. Head coaches, not very common.
No.
If at all, actually. Normally, it's almost like a lifelong contract if you
it's a
play it
guaranteed
right.
contract.
Shoot, Jason Garrett didn't win shit, and he managed to stay under the radar for how many years? Damn near 10.
I mean, he's still a head coach in New York now.
Yeah, now he's over at now he's
He's a
over in New
coordinator.
York.
Oh, he's a
coordinator. Yeah, he's
coordinator.
offensive coordinator.
Oops.
Yeah, he'll probably be head coach next year. They're firing that coach.
Heck yeah, they are.
But yeah, no, the thing, not only that, you are a leader of men. Those motherfuckers in that locker room play for
you.
They have to respect you. That same problem Jacksonville is having.
Yeah.
You can only imagine the kind of problem fucking Las Vegas is having, seeing how they have the first openly gay player on their team. Meanwhile, this motherfucker saying shit about Michael Sam, who was the first openly gay player drafted, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, a little bit of a contradiction there, huh? Like, you know?
It's one of those things where, look, you can't leverage players as a way to condemn, as a way to compare or contrast against Gruden. Cool. We have that one in the books.
Right.
All right. And if you feel that way, go ahead and put yourself, I want you to go onto your Twitter, because I know you're talking about it, and you probably have a Twitter. Go ahead and put racist in your profile description anyway.
Hashtag racist.
Yeah. Throw that away.
There you go.
All right, cool. Sealed up. Next comment. And this was from someone with a blue check mark, and I read this, and I said, whoo, this is great. He was like, I imagine that if this had been slurs against a white man, against the Christian community, and or pretty much anything that falls into the conservative categories, nothing would have happened to Gruden and he would have been fined. Actually, sir, probably incorrect, dumbass. The football organization is still one of the most highly right-winged sort of backed organizations that you can have. You think, shit, kneeling during a ceremony got players flack. You think of
he mentioned that also.
Yeah. Which, he did.
Yeah.
Do you think a head coach talking shit towards rich white people and Christians won't get him fired? the Christian mark would have got him off from the community entirely.
True.
So
the right wing part would have got him off.
I'll say on the other weird, like, there's no slur for Christian at the very least.
It isn't.
No.
Where's that slur at?
It's some Viking word,
Homework,
probably.
Everybody.
and literally, as someone who's Christian, it's different. It's totally different. You're not differences on religion can be whatever. It's like whatever. Like, that's a conversation. That's your personal preference. That's your choice. Judging somebody for their actual things that they can't control, aka their skin tone, and most of the cases, their sexual orientation.
Yeah. Hey,
like
Jon Gruden don't care.
Jon Gruden don't care.
Okay.
Jon Gruden don't care. So if that is your defense, do me a favor, please open up your Twitter. There is a nice little gear box where it lives you settings. You can edit your bio, and for me, just go ahead and put #racist and or #homophobic. I'm perfectly fine. All I'm saying is the mental gymnastics that y'all. I hope Twitch doesn't ban me because I'm gonna say y'all dumbass backwaters, most ignoramus motherfuckers out there who have the audacity to go out there and try and justify something for someone who does not pay you, who has no attachment in your life, who does nothing for you except for coach a fucking game that you watch every fucking Sunday and sometimes Monday, is ridiculous. Shut up. Is fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It ain't like this motherfucker is a savant. It's not like he does great shit for the community.
He's a terrible coach.
It's not like he's a great coach. What are the redeeming qualities for it? And I was watching this because the number one thing, the thing that clicked the most in my head is, disregard all that shit. How can you support a dumbass? An actual dumbass? Because this is... it was on First Take earlier today. Mm-hmm. Like, who laid it out very clearly. But I'm going to tell it to you. I'm going to translate it in TJ voice.
You should. I saw that.
It's his work email. You can't do that on work emails.
Unless you're feeling bold than a motherfucker.
Normally.
I can't do it in my work.
He would get fired for this.
Can you do that at your job?
I can't do that at my job.
Yeah.
It's your work email.
Just
use Gmail.
TJ, you know how I would feel? Like I could do that at work if I was a few pigmentations light.
If we didn't suffer from such, oh my gosh, blackitis, man. Like the world suffers from melanin deficiency, and some of us are just, we're unfortunate enough to not have the disease. But that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, it's his work email.
Yeah.
Much like how you have a certain caliber of sort of representation, you have to be at work. That's just what it is. If it is your work, it's not a private email. So if you go in there and you say it's a private email, shut the fuck up.
No,
it's not a private email. It's a work email. Yeah. Motherfucker had the active choice to literally, you can put Gruden 1, 2, 3 into Yahoo and send that shit through there, you'd have a better opportunity. But because motherfucker had no process, no actual understanding,
All
was a
entitled.
dipshit and entitled.
Yeah.
Because what that tells you is they've never had the luxury of actually having to worry about the repercussions of their actions, because they've never had to consider the repercussions of their actions in terms of their organization. Not even just in their organization, for a lot of aspects in their life. And so you're defending
just
a
the whole fucking
dumbass.
life.
That's the ultimate thing. Take aside all the fucking qualifications that you need to make, but you're still trying to make mental fucking gymnastics. It's his work email.
TJ, he's a white man in America.
Oh my, Tommy,
Like,
you're right,
TJ,
bro. Damn
the
it,
new minority. What the hell are you talking about,
bro.
Everyone's against him.
I mean, he's a ginger, so it's super minority.
Super minority. Thank you.
You know, I'm so sorry. I can't be.
What are you doing?
I really
Where's
can't.
your empathy?
I can't.
Where's your empathy?
You know what? You're
know?
right. You're right, Tommy.
Yeah.
I forgot. Like, because old white men need
Struggling
love
right
too,
now.
right?
They're struggling right now.
Because his millions of dollars he has in the bank, which, once again, friendly reminder, you'll never get a penny of.
Not
So
just him,
keep
him
on
and-
stroking off,
him
buddy.
and his CEO friends.
And his,
TJ.
who would definitely still safety net this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
His $4.5 million house is not even finished being built yet in Las Vegas.
Well, you know.
well, hey, look.
Anybody interested in buying an unfinished house?
See, it's just insane, right? And I get it in some aspects, some retrospect, some things that you can consider, because when it comes to politics and you have and sort of these controversies happen, right? The ultimate sort of rule of thumb is that they're going to make a lot of these areas, or maybe like, and the reason why I'm putting in comparison to politics is normally whenever you're making mental gymnastics for politicians, it's because they can make active change in your community, or they can make policies that benefit you.
Yeah.
All Gruden is going to do is win games for a team that ultimately wasn't going to win that much this
Probably
year
win
anyway.
a lot more now that he's gone.
That wasn't really going to support you. And even if you're a fan, and I'm a die-hard fucking football fan, at the end of the day, these multi-million-dollar coaches do nothing for you except give you some sort of serotonin occasionally whenever they win.
And the players are more responsible for that, I feel.
And the players are the people who take care of that.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I understand loyalty to a certain degree.
Yeah, but to the coach?
No, but I meant that's what I
thing,
mean, to
yeah.
a certain degree. But if
Right.
Mike McCarthy was,
Oh, you could give two shits.
Yeah, I would be like,
Actually, no,
You'd be happy if he got.
I'd be
Hey, again, 6,000 more to go. So you might be on one of them motherfuckers. You might be in luck.
because he was in Green Bay, right? I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
As
Bro,
my
that's what I'm also
old one
saying. Like,
from Bill O'Brien. Yeah.
like, to me, I mean, if my coach, this is a celebration, baby. I'm like, I knew it. Yes,
New one.
bro. Because your quarterback's black. You ain't making it far.
Yeah.
literally the only coach that would hurt me emotionally a little bit, but it would just be more of a aw. And he can't do anything.
Like Tomlin?
Yeah, it's Tomlin.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Hey, that's because he's blacker than black, and he's the blackest coach that has ever been, and I love him. He's probably my favorite coach.
I also like how they had to, that everyone's default reaction when this happened was like, ooh, what's Tomlin think? Because I was like, bro, he's not the.
He doesn't speak for all
He
black
doesn't
coaches.
speak for all black. He was like, it's a sad situation.
But my team, it's like, yeah.
I'm worried about my organization.
Right.
Motherfuckers.
He should be worried.
Yeah,
Sorry,
motherfuckers throwing passes behind the line on 4th and 10.
Yeah.
So I'm never
Big Ben is broken. Like, I
never
don't,
letting that go. But I mean, it just, this is the same. Maybe it hits a nerve because this is the same Busta Rhymes shit. But I'm like, whereas I just don't get it. I don't get why people are so willing to basically fucking
easy.
throw themselves on grenades for niggas who don't do anything for you. Please take it away.
Yeah, I can answer that question. Well, A, they're either white like Gruden, or B, that's actually probably the main reason, or B, no, it's an excuse to agree with him. Plain and simple, it's just an excuse. I agree with that. So it's not him I'm defending, it's kind of my own opinion that I'm defending. That's what I see when I see shit like this, for the most part, anyways. And then there's some fans that are just, well, he's my coach. That's stupid as fuck, but whatever, because you're about to get a new coach is probably much better. Despite that,
It's
to me,
probably going to be his best friend moving up. That's what they were
Well,
saying.
he's the interim head coach. I don't think that's going to go super well.
He's probably in those emails too.
That's what I'm about. Look, if he ain't, then they've had the exact same conversations in real life. Like, come on. This is his homeboy.
Yeah,
They've been
for
friends
sure.
for decades. So he ain't going to be the head coach next year. It's going to be the blackest coach ever now, Eric Bieniemy. It's got to be Eric Bieniemy. It's just for PR's sake.
No,
it
literally,
has to be
you better
Eric
go.
Bieniemy.
No, actually, fucking go find some Native American coach.
I don't know
where
if that
the-
exists.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta go make some. You gotta go make some shit. Find an Indian
hey,
coach.
Hey,
Said,
Mike Mayock's gone too because Gruden had 100% control of all that shit as far as roster personnel. So they have to start from scratch. Mayock is taking over now, but that was a Gruden guy. He's going to be gone at the end of the season. So you need a GM and
I might not even know about the end of the
that's it.
season, to be honest.
Look, they got a lot of ground they got to recover. A black female trans coach. That's where you got to go. That's where you got to go as far as GM. For a GM.
Back.
And McXavier
Black
asks,
trans woman, GM, and then a black coach.
how long until
you
Gruden-
have to go just completely, you have to set new ground if you're the fucking Raiders again. After this shit, and you're already known for setting ground, so do it.
And Xavier asks, how long before Gruden works for Fox News? That is actually a legitimate
Next
career move
week.
for him.
Next week. That's the only place he can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it on Undisputed Today? Skip was like, give it like there's probably a good chance there's a certain network out there that would hire. I was like,
I like Skip, man. I'm sorry. I like Skip.
Oh no, I mean,
Skip brought up a good point. Him and the fucking PDQ and the Hooters guy. He's like, oh, that was just a good old, that was a good old boys club right there. I was like, that's a perfect term for it because that's exactly, it's an old school term, but that's what the fuck that
because
is.
Skip's one of the good ones.
He is though.
I
He is.
kind of expect Skip sometimes to say something bad.
He never
Never
does.
but never
Skip
does.
says the right thing every
Every
fucking
time.
time. That's why I
It's why
fuck
Lil
with
Wayne
Skip.
said some shit.
Fuck Lil Wayne. Fuck Stephen A. I fuck with Skip. Skip got more clout than Stephen A. when it comes to black issues.
Max has more clout.
No shit. Stephen A. was one of the motherfuckers defending Gruden
Bro, fucking next to Tony Dungy. Look,
in the big house.
Tony Dungy came out. Tony Dungy came out.
Oh, he scurried to backtrack like a motherfucker.
He was like, as more information came out, da 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 da, and then look, I hate. This is a thing that happens with black culture that I do not appreciate, or it normally happens with black issues where this is all of a sudden when the Christianity and the you should be hoping for forgiveness. No, shut up. Look,
That's some midnight mass shit.
it's
Yeah, come on.
hey, look. Why I gotta forget? I'm. If you really want to know truly where my heart lies with Gruden, I didn't give a fuck about the nigga before. I don't give a fuck about the
Really
nigga now.
didn't.
I really didn't. He did not affect my team. I'm not a Raiders fan. I have no players on the Raiders in fantasy, so there's nothing Gruden's doing.
Well, I was more of a Raiders fan before they hired Gruden, so maybe I can somewhat
Actually,
be one.
he might have him getting fired might have won me a bet with Sam, but that's a different story.
But my whole thing is look, that was the first thing that because the reason why I say this is because that was something in Tony Dungy's tweets where he was like, look, we gotta forgive people and all that kind of stuff, and that's why I was forgiveness foot
Why
forward.
do we always gotta forgive?
I said I gotta forgive.
I'm
not
tired of fucking forgive.
I'm not holding on to hate. I'm not
Forgiveness
holding on.
goes two ways. It's not a one. People think it's a one-way street. It's
not.
a one-way street. If I forgive you, then you need to make a conscientious decision to change.
Or make a real fucking apology.
Or a real genuine apology.
Yeah, that was the point that-
Genuinely feel bad for the shit that you did and know that it hurt people.
No, that was the point that I was about to bring up at a certain. Well, just waiting for it. That it was like he didn't resign in a way that was like, I'm sorry for what I said. Like, I'm sorry for what I did. No, it was.
He told the staff first, right? And then he told the players, and then it got announced.
I have resigned as the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you for all the players, the Raiders, and the fans of Raider Nations. I'm sorry I never meant to hurt anyone. What part of that shows any sort of remorse
Nothing.
for, like...
Not a bit of it.
Yeah.
Zero.
This is why this goes back to my urban thing. I just have an inherent thing where I have respect for people who back up their shit.
Yeah.
And at least own up to it.
That's my thing, man. Look, as far as respect goes, I can give you an inkling even if I hate what you could say the most vile shit and have the most vile of opinions about anything. But if you admit that shit and you stand on your soapbox, I have to respect you at least this fucking much, because you know what? At least you're telling your truth. This is what you feel, and you're saying it. So now I know. All right, what the fuck can I say? I know you ain't shit, but I know.
How about when people...
But that fucking talking great about everyone, congratulating Nasbit. Nasbit? What the fuck is his name?
The player?
Yeah.
I think it was Nassim or Nasbit.
Nasbit, what fucking... Yeah. The play, he's a good player. But yeah, supporting him, you remember the tweet he sent out when he came out. Yeah, you say shit like that and then but this is your real opinion.
This is your real opinion.
That's the shit I dislike so much. If you have these fucked up opinions, just fucking say it.
Just wear them on your sleeve.
Wear them on your
Own up
sleeve.
to it. And you know what? The part about that is because if you're willing to own up with it and then call it... See, because there's a different framing of an apology. If he was like, yeah, at the time...
Nazid.
Yeah, Nazid.
No.
Yeah, at the time, I felt this way.
Right.
Yeah, at the time, I did send those emails. But I apologize because I'm a different person. X, Y, and Z. Like, and I'm growing and I'm going to continue. Like, that's a real sort of...
Didn't get any of that.
But you didn't even get any of that.
But you know what? I think because, honestly, from what the fuck that message sent was...
He has grown. He has
I don't give
changed.
a fuck. Yeah, no, you're wrong. All y'all are wrong. If I hurt your feelings, sorry for you.
Yeah,
that's
fuck
what
it.
the fuck I got out of that.
Yeah, that's the same vibe I got.
So, hey, I guess he's right there telling you the shitty fucking person he is. So
He literally was like, I just don't want to be a
Yeah.
distraction.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
you don't...
It's all him.
See you on
I'm
the
sorry
Ben
if I
Shapiro
offended
Network.
someone. Yeah, I don't want to be a distraction.
Yeah.
It was a selfish statement right there. It's not genuinely, I'm sorry that I genuinely hurt these people. This is not how I feel, yada, yada. All the players that I've coached throughout my tenure, they said, no, it was, hey, if your feelings are hurt, oops. That's what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
So fuck that dude, man. And his career's done. Gruden QB camp, that shit's dead. Thank God, because it was shit anyway.
My whole thing
I feel bad for Frank Caliendo. Because those impressions, hopefully he can do something with those impressions, because they are great impressions.
I would just say that Gruden, I wouldn't want to be you right now, because there is something I do genuinely fear, and it's the fact you pissed off black people with money.
No, it's true.
Like, a lot of times you might just piss off normal black people. But you pissed off football players, which are dudes who are definitely not afraid to throw punches normally sometimes, but also have money, multi-millions of dollars. Yeah. Have fun with that, buddy. All I'm saying is, you pissed. I'm just like, can you at least?
Oh, he's done because he pissed Goodell off already. So, yeah.
Can you just? My whole thing is that, can you stay in a lane? Like, with your racism and your bigotry, like, I don't know why you double tapped into two communities, because my whole thing is like, look.
Women also.
Yeah, any woman, right?
Refs is what he said.
I mean,
So that's
people
3.
like that are in for a
That's
penny,
3
in for a
people.
pound kind of thing is what they kind of are usually.
And it was just like one of those things where it's like, yeah, dude, like, because the sheer matter of fact is, yes, I definitely am afraid of the black community whenever something happens. Because, yeah, like I would be afraid of the black community if something happened and I were not of that representation or I disrespected them in a certain way. Nothing brings more fear to my heart than if I were to do something erroneous to the LGBTQIA community.
Not a wise community. Fuck
Not
with
a-
right now.
Not one that you... First of all, you shouldn't be fucking with people in general. But I wouldn't mess with that community
Yeah,
in
no.
general. Because they are not afraid to have a voice. And it has been one that is being expressed the more and more we get into the further years.
It's getting louder and louder.
And it continues to get louder. It continues to get more proud. It continues to become at the forefront. So that's a really dumb move.
I mean, everyone. Like, yeah, they left no stone unturned. Like, it's just like, I feel like they picked those emails out specifically. We got to find one for every group so we can hammer
hell
home
yeah.
that this motherfucker sucks. Like, he's just shit. So, yeah. Yeah, that's my conclusion to it. Jon Gruden is a piece of shit and good riddance.
Right.
So we can just forget about him again.
I mean, he'll
Great.
fade off into insignificance.
I think he's going to fade off for 2 years and be on Fox News or Ben Shapiro's network or OWN or something. That's probably where he'll end up.
That's fine. Well, we don't watch those anyway. it's okay.
Look,
They can have them.
I don't have much to say more on Gruden. I don't have much to say in general, except for like, hey, look, Twitter, you've won again. You've reminded me that, man, they're dumb. Just absolutely.
Yeah, why are you using Bob?
So the whole thing was, oh, dog.
You were using Twitter for the wrong reason.
No. I was using Twitter for the right reason.
I mean, Twitter can basically be an X-rated Instagram if you do your shit right. It's like,
Oh no, dude! I literally searched up. So as a side note, I searched up like commissions for something, like an animation commission, right? Because I like to support small artists. And don't do that. There's way too much furry porn. If you just search animation commission,
Jesus.
don't do it. So Twitter's not a safe place, but what it
no,
does,
it's not at all.
but but it's also where a lot of people are authentically 100% themselves
unfiltered.
because they're safe, and it's a nice, warm, and cozy environment for you. And so, for anybody who is in the camps that might have been mad if you heard what I said today, fuck you, fuck your family, and I hope you have a terrible rest of your day. For those of you who were on the fence and really just waiting for more information to come out, I don't really like you, but you know what you learn.
They're racist too.
No.
They are. No. That's my opinion, not his. You are. It's no offense. It's right. There's fucking wrong.
You hear that?
It's plain. It's fucking simple. It
No,
is. No. I'm sorry. No, I hate that shit. You're waiting on a reason for an excuse for you to be a piece of shit. Stop that. It's plain. It's fucking simple. You know right from wrong. End of story. Like, goddamn. It ain't that complicated, man.
You know what? If people were to use all this brain power,
The problem is, I'm sorry, TJ, people don't know that they
Positivity.
suck. That's the problem. People think they're good, and they're not. They think just because they're on the fence about something. No, you're not on the fence because you need more information. It's pretty fucking clear. I can see it. You can see it. He can see it. It's very fucking clear. It's not that. It's I don't want to. Because I'm really, truly a piece of shit. I'm a racist. I don't like certain people for certain reasons that have nothing to do with their character. That's those fucking people. That's who they are.
and
You know what I'm saying?
no, dude, 100%. I just I just know that hey, I really want to really reemphasize that, hey, for very simple points, take all of the extraness away from it. You just can't do that at work, dude. Like, I don't get why that's so complicated. Like, that was
That's
the first
true.
thing that popped in my head. I was like, why is work email?
Yeah,
If the-
what the fuck was HR?
This comes
that shit was being
this comes
said.
into a different sort of connotation if this were happening and they were, on his private things. Then you have some credences because, hey, look, it's different. Does it change what I'd feel? No. But you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
private information, sure. Which is plenty of Twitter's defense, mind you, because I'm certain that more than enough of those people have never had a work email because they've never actually worked, but they're good. I'm not going on. Look. But yeah, dude, you can't do that at work. I can't go up and I literally.
Yeah, no, it's a what's the amendment of privacy? Whatever they were saying that shit too. Like that's against his constitutional right. You
No, it's
can't
not.
go looking into that man's
Private organization.
emails. Yeah, no, you can.
They can search my emails.
Fucking
Any
email.
job can search my email.
Yeah, they can. It's their email. Technically, you're just using it. So yeah, no, you're stupid if you think that. But yeah, no, I mean, I've said my piece. Like,
Sorry, Marco, we went off.
yeah,
No,
we
you
didn't. Yeah, what's
did.
your opinion? Like, we already said all.
No, I already said a lot.
Okay.
I'm moving on to the next subject,
Let's go.
which is good because we got more hate to spread around.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
It's Take a Lap.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
And I am picking the kickers from the Green Bay Packers
Oh.
and Cincinnati Bengals.
Can we just say
specifically.
kickers in the league? Y'all have an issue.
Because mine was going to be a kick also.
Well, I was specifically Mason Crosby. That's who I was going to say.
Georgetown zone. Got to put that out there. He's from here.
I didn't know that, actually. But yeah, on one end, congrats. You made the Bengals game interesting because I didn't think that would happen.
That was a great game.
Yeah.
It's almost like y'all get paid for one job.
One job. You got one job.
And I'm totally the type of person who's like, oh yeah, like even the goats can miss a kick.
No, I'm not that guy. because you get paid a lot of money.
Yeah, but they
one thing.
Matt Crosby missed extra points.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
a problem.
That's one fucking, like, was it 33 yards, 34 yards?
Yeah.
If you don't practice, that's the thing you practice most every day.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey,
you did that before the game.
There's wind, rain, all those sorts of things can attribute. That was not the case.
It was a sunny game. It was a sunny day.
Yeah,
Right.
It was a beautiful day. This was not KC, where they literally had the lightning delay. No. This is a regular game.
Or SoFi, where they also had a weather delay, even though it's an indoor stadium.
Which... So,
Can't
sorry,
forget about
continue,
that.
my bad.
Yeah, go
We have feelings.
We've already said everything about my pace. I mean, who do you guys pick?
Kickers, what do you got?
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah.
In terms of the players who kind of didn't show
Doesn't
up.
have to be players, though, right?
I mean, if you want to give it to Gruden again, I mean,
I'm not. It's a coach, but not Gruden.
Mike McCarthy's time management almost makes the list once in a while.
Does.
He's a terrible coach, also.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. I'm gonna give it to Patty Mahomes.
Oh,
I thought about it.
Yeah, he did not look good. It's not his fault, man.
He threw two interceptions.
He threw two interceptions.
One was
He's
not
trying
his
to
fault.
play hero ball, man. His team is terrible.
One is not his fault. The other one was definitely his fault.
Yeah.
My only thing, Patty Mahomes, is, and the reason why I say take a lap is because I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you, dude. You have high levels of say in that organization. I'm more than certain that he can be like, hey, I need a defense. I don't care.
Like ASAP.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
And he can make it happen.
Well, I don't think he feels he's at that point yet.
He might not feel like it, but he is.
Oh, he absolutely is.
You need to start bucking up.
He is that
owning
team.
up and being like, hey, look, the offensive side of the ball can only do so much. And yeah, you're the head
Tired
coach.
of fucking going in shootouts every week.
Every week. Like, yes, do I really, like, the real take a lap people here are, of course, the KC defense. Those are all grown men.
Right.
But the reason I put it on Patty Mahomes is because he's also like, because after a certain point, dude, just start waving that influence and not being a dick about it. Just being like, look, this is unrealistic. Yeah. You're not.
You have Tom Brady type of carte blanche now.
He has power.
Go in there, man.
Just
Make some
wait.
shit. You have State Farm commercials. Just do your thing.
Chat says, but that is Mahomes' fault. He took that big-ass contract that sucked up all the money.
Oh, that's true. Actually, they re-signed like everybody on that offense. Like nobody. The defense, they did not much for that defense.
No, that's what. But I'm also saying
his offensive line is terrible, also. But go.
But defense doesn't need offense money. We talked about this before.
They
Remember?
don't.
Yeah,
You
like
can
so.
find some
you can make it.
good players.
There are enough veterans out in the free agency who will
Absolutely.
take a contract.
We can vouch for that. We have a couple good pieces on that defense.
Legit worried about paying Parsons and Diggs in about 4 years, maybe 3 years.
That'll be
It's worth it.
That's a later problem.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Those rookie contracts are great. Take advantage.
I think the Chiefs were evaluating one other player today, and it was an offensive player.
Oh my god.
And I said,
Well, Allaire went down, too.
I was just like,
Okay.
yeah, oh yeah, they were evaluating or they were showing interest in Marlon Mack, and I was like,
no, he was still a free agent.
and he's not. He's on the Colts. He's been on the Colts.
trade.
Yeah, as a trade.
Oh, okay.
But why?
Yeah, that
Look, I get it.
it's gonna
But
take
also
a lot of
no.
work to fix that defense.
Just take that. Trade for a defensive player.
Yeah.
Stephon Gilmore was available like last week, bro. Whatever. So yeah, Patty Mahomes, take a lap.
So mine, no one will really care. It's a Texans pick. The coach of the Texans, David Tepper. Because the Texans were winning a game that they shouldn't have been winning against Belichick, which that's a terrible team, I know, but the Texans shouldn't win anything, and no one really has them winning anything.
The funniest part was I saw the game, and the Texans were like throwing deep because, obviously if you trade away your best cornerback,
Yeah.
you're going to capitalize.
Davis Mills.
And
Broke a record,
and I
actually.
messaged Tommy and I said, what's this competency I'm seeing from the Texans? And the way he put it, I was like, you're right. When you play down, I said, when you're playing a team against your level, of course it looks better.
Yeah.
Of course it looks good.
It
You're
does.
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it does. But
You're right.
our quarterback did better than theirs. And they're both rookies. I know it might not happen. I just want Davis Mills to be the best rookie quarterback out of this season, which ain't a very high bar thus far. And so far, he's
I mean,
he's
who's his
number one in-
competition? Trevor Lawrence
Mac
is not
Jones
doing
is really-
great.
because he's
Yeah.
already doing better than all of them. So yeah, so he's actually doing better than all of them.
The Alabama guy.
That's all I want the whole season, TJ. I want nothing else. But when you have a coach who burns every time out because he can't think of what he should do on fourth down, and then when he's asked about that question in the press conference, he says, "Oh, well, I mean, they threw a pass. They did us a favor." And we could have. There was no pass thrown. He's coming up with plays that don't exist in the press conference. People are concerned. People are genuinely concerned. Like, no bullshit. They are genuinely concerned. They're like, the reporters asked him 3 times, "What play are you referring to?" He kept repeating the same thing, and then finally one was like, "There was no play like that, Coach." And then the press conference ended. The next day, he came out there and still said, "Yeah, no, that was a bad decision I made, but it was a play." That happened where they threw the ball and it was an incompletion. They did not throw the ball in like 5 series. Like it was nowhere near that. They ran it the entire time. So that's what we're dealing with. So yeah, he gets to take a lap.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, he's senile as fuck. So it's a problem.
They are talking about he's tanking the season on purpose because he wants a different job.
I'm tired of the Texans coaches taking this.
No, look, you know what this motherfucker, he's not supposed to be a coach. The Ravens fired him. He was an assistant coach. He's been in the NFL for 30 years and has never gotten an interview to be a head coach or a coordinator. And the Texans GM decided, hey, we're tanking anyway, so let's get this simple motherfucker in here and let's have him be our head coach. And he was going to be a high school football coach in his hometown in Georgia.
Oh, so he got the Adam Gase treatment.
Yeah. They paid him $2 million, said take all this heat, every press conference, and we'll pay you for a season to be the coach, and that's what happened.
Quick question, Tommy.
He doesn't know how to coach.
Would you take the heat for the Texans for $2 million?
Goddamn right. I don't blame the man. He just doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, you ain't hating the player. You just hating the game. I understand.
It's like one of those old 90s. You remember, was it Eddie with Whoopi Goldberg, where she won the competition to be the coach of the, very obscure, to be the coach of the New York Knicks?
Yeah.
It's like that.
I was like channeling my brain. I was like,
Yeah.
Eddie. I was like,
I know a lot about movies.
I had to go into like a deep.
I know too much about
Really,
movies.
I should dusting cobwebs.
You had to open the brain to a second basement.
It was Parasite. It was Parasite, this brain.
Where the light is flickering, bro. Like I haven't checked the bulb.
And it's concrete corridors, yeah. But no, it's like that. Or like, was it Rookie of the Year?
Yeah.
Where the kid inherits the team.
I remember Rookie of the Year a
That
lot
was a
more
better one. I
than
should have used that one. It's like that, to where it's this guy where they went to a nursing home and was like, hey, do you want to be the coach of the Texans? And it's a family comedy now. So that's where we are. I'm a Texans fan.
The Texans,
Sad.
the Texans are actually really funny to watch.
Is that fun to?
Because I don't know what to
hilarious.
do. I don't know what they're gonna do.
No one knows what to make of them.
They're like they
You know
literally.
one thing, the stadium's not going to be full.
It's true.
It's always bare as fuck in there.
I'm thinking. I don't know if it was them, but I remember. I think it was during that game where like the announcer was like, "Yeah, this receiver just got promoted off the practice squad." I'm like, I don't know. No idea what's going on here.
He did great, mind you. He got
He
like
did excellent.
116 yards off like 6 receptions. But he was straight up on the practice squad.
But before we go into the positives as well, my what is it? My honorable mention is for Tooney for throwing that punch because, dude.
Dude's a baby. This is his first year.
But I there's always something about that, like, homie, you got money. We don't need black people acting like that for a situation, especially when you're carrying the back on your team, and that's your breakout game. You lucky that the Giants are literally so thin that there's nothing they can do. And Daniel Jones decided he wants to run head first and niggas. And Saquon, literally, his ankles give out on him. It's not even him.
That game, Saquon Barkley went down. Jones went down. Galladay went down.
Oh, wow.
So they just had Tony left. They had literally, and then he gets thrown out of the game.
Wow. So that is players' dreams, especially with the blowout game he was having. He was like 189 yards and a touchdown. And I'm like, dude, 189 off 10 receptions. And I'm that's a great game. And it wasn't close to being done. And you decided to be haymaker, bro. You got to be smarter than that.
What else?
You got to be smarter than that.
They ain't winning shit. It just is what it is. I'd be angry if I was a Giant, but Deshaun Watson will be a quarterback next season, so there you go. Or 2 years. We'll see how the court cases go. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the next one, just like TJ alluded to, it's just going to be attaboys, and mine's easy. It's just Lamar.
Nice. Mine's going to be Davis Mills. He broke a record. First rookie to throw for 303 touchdowns.
Well, Lamar threw for 440 yards and no interceptions.
That's just shocker because he doesn't throw. He doesn't know how.
Yeah, that's very good for a running back.
It is very good for a running back.
Mark Andrews speaks differently because
is he the one who was catching all of them? Yeah. He only has one. You have Hollywood Brown, who I think is a hell of a fucking wide receiver, and you don't use him that much because he can't push the ball down the field, and that's what he does. So you just rely on that big body target every fucking time. Only down the middle, not on the sides. I didn't watch the game, but I can imagine that's how it went. Yeah. So there you go. Look, man, I like Lamar. I don't love him. I like him because, hey, he's doing the Michael Vick thing to the fullest. I know that's a whole thing. Look, man, you got to throw the ball, dude. You do. Like, Deshaun Watson is a horrendous human being, allegedly. So, and I'm not doing that to defend him, just lawsuits. So, yeah, like.
You're being fair.
Yeah, there you go. No, I'm not. I believe it. But he can throw all over the fucking field. He can get out of the pocket, do Aaron Rodgers type shit. He can throw. Black quarterback that can throw. He ain't the best person, but he can still throw. So I'm not saying black quarterbacks can't do that. Lamar Jackson just simply can't do. He's Tim Tebow. There you go, white comparison. He's Tim Tebow, but just way more talented than Tim Tebow. So he can make it happen. He can win you some games, but come postseason, that ain't gonna happen.
Tim Tebow wins in the postseason.
He won once. Once in the
twice, I think.
Did he?
Yeah, it was twice.
It was twice. Did they make it to an AFC championship with Tebow?
And they lost to Tom Brady.
God damn. Yeah, well, there you go. Tebow made it. God, that's terrible. Come on, Lamar. You got to step your shit up, man. At least an AFC championship.
Well, he was doing better. I'm actually, wait, time out. You were tied with the Colts. Oh, hold on.
It was the Colts, man. That's my thing. It was
But this
Colts.
was Carson Wentz. He actually played good and didn't get hurt.
No, Jonathan Taylor played good.
Yeah. Carson Wentz is still
stop
Carson
that
Wentz.
shit right. Jonathan Taylor was good.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
Fair enough.
And they have a decent defense. Decent. Not good.
I'm just saying.
Manageable.
I was shook at there.
The Ravens, he's always been on the cusp of it because they're winning just by sheer grit of Lamar. Like, there's the only thing that they got going for them. Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and give my honorable mention because I don't want to double up on weeks. Diggs is God.
Y'all so happy. Y'all got y'all got a PlayStation 5 for Christmas and you're 13 years old.
Yes.
That's what it is.
You don't understand, man. Seeing defensive plays being made.
No, I know. Hey, look, this is Texas, man. It's only 2 games that play. It's Houston and it's Dallas, and they're always on separate channels. So I do watch the Dallas games, and yes, I know your plight. I know your struggles.
It was rough. It was rough.
Your DBs were the worst in the league for like a decade.
No, yeah, it literally goes Deion Sanders,
Yeah, Byron Jones.
He's not even doing shit in Miami.
Well, now he was doing okay when he was with y'all. So
I don't know about.
I honestly just want this To me, him getting an interception is more entertaining.
He gets a lot of those.
No, he's had one every single game.
Yeah.
He literally has more interceptions than teams. Come on.
Yes.
Like the teams do.
You got the good Diggs, brother. Stephon's good.
Stephon's great.
He's okay.
I mean, but
it was always this thing between him and who was better, him and DeAndre Hopkins, but he's not Texas anymore. So yeah, sure, Stephon Diggs.
Stephon looks great.
Go for it.
My huge shout out is actually to Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh, what a fucking second coming that motherfucker!
He is having a blast over there on the Bills.
I mean, when Jimmy Garoppolo ain't your quarterback, I assume you can do some things, huh?
Guess what happens? Like, whenever he's looking like old man, like Emmanuel Sanders. He's looking like he's got that energy.
He didn't have shit in Denver. He didn't have. I mean, didn't have shit in San Francisco. I mean, look, Garoppolo. Can someone just let him go?
He's in
he's in that weird place to where you can't really let him go because he's doing just enough. Just enough.
He's the definition of a C student. Yeah.
He's a C
He's a C student. He might get a B sometimes. He might
get a
fail a
C
class
minus
sometimes.
sometimes,
But
yeah.
no.
Oh no, he might have an F.
Yeah, he
You're
might
right.
have an F.
He might make a 10 on a
But his
geography
GPA
test.
stays at a consistent 2.5.
Look, motherfucker's not getting into UT. Okay, he has to go to community college in order to step up.
He's
But he passed. He graduated.
He's community
right?
college into Texas State, baby. He's fine.
Yes, that is it. The ultimate underachiever, Jimmy Garoppolo.
But no, Emmanuel Sanders popped off. I mean, I'm a little biased because he's on my fantasy team, but like I really love the position he's in because to me, I really think that the way the league's operating, wideout twos are the ones you like are entertained to watch because the wideout ones just are either getting locked down, double teamed, and or like X, Y, and Z, right? So seeing Emmanuel Sanders shine and way outshine Stephon because Stephon was just like on the back burner, he was getting shadowed really well. That's cool. So yeah, love seeing like he's 34 and playing like he's in his 20s. It's awesome.
Yeah, and honorable mention. I just mention this player all the time, so I didn't put him as my attaboy. Josh Allen.
Oh,
Still
continue
doing Josh Allen
Yeah.
things, which is love that fucking kid,
He's
man.
a stud, dude.
Yeah,
He's straight stud.
God, I
Yeah,
wish
that's
Buffalo
why
would come
earlier
to
when you were
Boston.
when you were saying that, oh man, Lamar needs to do that. I'm like, the AFC is really hard to win in.
It's
right?
stacked as fuck. Like, I can see Baltimore and definitely KC's done. So I could both those teams. I can see not making playoffs.
I will cry. I know it's a joke, and I know it'll never happen, but I will cry if the Bills became the Austin Bills.
Oh my God! I'm looking for a reason to dump the fucking Texans. That would be.
I will cry.
San Antonio, Austin gets a team. I'm done.
I will. I don't think I'll kind of understand. I don't know how my loyalty will lie.
No, dump shit like me. Fuck it. We are Austinites, so we would have. No.
I'm gonna have to.
They can't just magically have fans. Buffalo's way up there, so they would have to. Gotta jump. A lot of people gotta jump ship.
I'm gonna have to be a cheater, bro. I already slipped into Bucks land, bro. I'm gonna have to have.
No, you gotta get rid of them all.
Oh no, the thing is, because that's a good team. I'm gonna cry, bro. I'm gonna be like, we just inherited a good
Dallas?
team.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Yeah,
But until then, Cowboys till I die.
Fantasy world, yeah.
Fantasy.
It's got to be
match
happening
play.
at some point, though, right? Like, it's a lot of money here, NFL, for the love of God. Come on now.
I mean, the thing is, we
our soccer
give away.
team is one of the most successful already, and they have done nothing.
Yeah, they've not done
They
much.
sell out all the time.
The thing is, we also have so much land because you can be
Everywhere.
called the
put a
Austin
stadium
Bills
anywhere.
and they'll play in Cedar Park or some shit
Yeah,
like that.
that's fine.
Yeah,
San Marcos or some shit. Buda.
I don't think San Marcos.
No,
is
there you
face.
got it. Yeah, that's not the best. Buda or Kyle, I could see them putting a stadium somewhere out there. It doesn't matter.
Go to Bee Caves. There's only
No
trees.
shit. All trees. No,
All
we
the
don't
way
want to fuck
there.
that up, though. That's nature. We want to keep that safe.
We like trees.
Go out to like fucking Liberty Hill. It ain't shit out there.
Yeah.
Cedar Park, yeah.
Yeah, let me reverse that. Go to the east. There's
Yeah.
really nothing
That
there.
Round Rock area. They
Go to
need it.
Leander.
Yeah. Yes, Leander, perfect.
No,
That shit in Leander.
no. Imagine traffic up 183.
Oh, it would be a
no.
nightmare. 183A, got to take that toll road.
But you know what the favorite segment is. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, so we're on to pick'ems.
How we do last week?
So after last
Updated
week,
totals.
so Sammy's still in first
Oh
place.
my God.
He's at 53 to 27. I'm in second place at 51-29.
That's not good.
Taylor is tied with JJ
I
at
took a nosedive.
48-32. All right, sorry, you're ahead of. Sorry, it's the way that he's locked it. You're ahead of Taylor at 49, and
From
Jordan's
third.
at 47. Yeah.
You beat me.
Yes.
Damn it.
What am I at?
You are fourth, but I mean, you did bold choices like picking the Colts to beat the Ravens.
And it almost worked too. And I almost got away with it
I
too.
got to stop doing I got to go educated this time.
You just want a safety net, dumbass. I'm good.
These
So
are
how
great.
many am I behind from first?
From first?
Yeah.
So 53 minus 49, so 4 games.
Okay, I
Take
can
the
make that
risk.
up. I can do that.
Tommy. No, Tommy.
Yes.
This is a genuine. Switch the camera to me. Genuine. You are too educated and too black
To lose to Sam.
to. Yes.
Okay.
But to a higher degree,
Yeah.
to not gamble occasionally.
Don't believe it. Educated guesses only.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be really honest. Looking at the schedule, this is a hard one to pick.
It's a hard week.
It's a hard
Not
one.
for Tommy, it's not. Let's go.
Compared to the last 2 weeks, that it was like, all right, this is easy. This is easy.
Well, I
This
have a confession. I was bullshitting. So now real Tommy's showing up.
Okay.
Oh, I got to beat this motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
I gotta beat
I've
him.
been
I can't
playing at
let
a
this
deficit for this entire time. The fact I'm fourth, I'll take.
You should be 0.
Maybe ain't neutral. 'Cause I didn't get asked for these picks. All right, so look, now I got asked, and look what happens. I'm okay. So,
Yeah.
what's the first?
Yeah,
game?
let's go.
First game. Well, I was gonna say tomorrow night, but now our show's not on Wednesday right anymore. Bucks at Eagles.
Oh my God! Why was I
Yeah, I
thinking
know, right?
Bucks?
I'm going Bucks. I was waiting on you. I'm going Bucks as well. Yeah.
Why that's
Did you think
He
this
was
was
already
3 years
thinking
ago? Like,
He was thinking chess. This is checkers, so it's yeah.
It took me like I was a little bit behind y'all.
he was still in the second basement with Eddie.
Yeah, he tripped over some leftover books, dog. He hasn't quite made it up the staircase yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to Saturday.
Yeah.
Dolphins Jaguars.
Whoa, Saturday.
Sunday. Sorry.
Okay.
Is this the
That's fine.
6:30 game?
Yeah, this is the London game.
I don't remember.
Which I forgot was a thing.
Jacksonville, I think, is playing.
London, get your own team because that'd be dope.
No, I actually like when they do the early. Yeah, it would be dope. I like get Jacksonville. Like fuck's sake.
I want some international teams.
I want that too.
Because then that'd be.
The owner of Jacksonville is wanting to move their team
Yeah,
over there
he's
for
from there, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, he owns Manchester
Yeah,
or something.
there you go.
Oh, come to me last. I have to think on this one.
Who's playing?
It's the Dolphins and the Jaguars,
Oh God.
and it's kind of a hard
Oh
toss-up because
fuck. This is very difficult.
yeah, they're both bad.
You know what? Oh, I don't want this to happen.
Young Urban.
Whoa.
Sign me up for the Jags.
Brissett's still the quarterback, right, for Miami?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm going Miami. Oh, definitely Miami then. Either or, I still Miami because I have no faith. Urban Meyer, that man does not want to be on planet Earth right now.
Brissett was playing his ass off last week.
Brissett he can win this game. I'm familiar with Brissett. He can win the game. Like
TJ,
this.
who's your pick?
Young Urban, bro. Come on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going.
Hey, we cheat round these parts.
I'm
cheat
going
to
Miami
win.
too.
Going to Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm going Miami.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Oh, is this a solo dolo pick?
Yep.
Yeah, you.
Is
I
he on his own?
mean, universally, everybody picked the Buccaneers because you can't bet against the GOAT, and then everybody picked Miami, except you, lists around.
There you go. You have fun there.
Next one is going to be kind of, well, it's actually a competitive game at the levels that they're at. Vikings at Panthers.
Panthers.
Pam, CMC back?
Probably not. I can't say that without looking it up.
Bro, I don't like either of these teams.
Oh, wait. Panthers lost their last game, didn't they?
Yeah, they lost to
Vikes.
the Eagles.
I'm going Vikings.
I'm going Vikes. I knew this. I knew that fucking balloon would pop at some point, and I think it's doing that now. So yeah.
You don't have the glue of CMC to hold that sorry ass team together. I'm good.
Their defense, though, they added some pieces. They added some DBs.
So
Wait,
I'll-
did they get?
C.J. Henderson and Stephon Gilmore.
Did they just get him?
Yeah,
Ooh, I'm gonna switch mine to Panthers.
he's going to be playing. So yeah,
I'm gonna switch mine to Panthers. The
I can see
Vikings
that
just haven't been
happening.
doing too much, but also the Panthers haven't been doing too much. This is a toss-up.
That's a hell of a team.
Yeah, all these games are
This is
toss-ups,
the same
kind of.
fucking
Yeah.
team playing each other.
just like the Dolphins Jaguars, it's
Yeah.
a toss-up because they're both bad.
Right.
What's the split up there? Just tell us the split up.
So for Vikings Panthers, I went with the Vikings because I mean, all the NFC North teams are hard to tell.
They really are.
Because
they have
they're
good
all-
weeks and bad.
Yeah, and they're all like in this weird fight. Like even though the Lions are 0-5, they're the best
That's
0-5
0-5 team. Yeah, it's crazy. That exists. Yeah, it does exist.
All right, continue.
They ain't getting the number one pick right now. If the draft happened today, they would be number 2.
You have to tell me the person. Am I solo dolo on this one?
Yes,
on the Vikings Panthers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
No, Sammy also picked the Panthers.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Next.
He wins somehow. So go ahead.
Chargers Ravens.
Oh, Chargers all day. Lamar ain't gonna do that shit against them.
Their defense is better. They got Boza.
Yeah, and the offense is
right.
better also.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Chargers.
That is another universal pick.
Yeah, I was really thinking about it, and I was like, then
Colts,
it went back to our whole thing where it's like the Chargers are actually always pretty good,
They're really good.
and then never get any sort of mention. And I was like, damn, I almost did that again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chargers.
Bring them to Austin. Either or, give us a fucking good
I
football
want the
team so I can
Bills.
leave
Stop.
the Texans behind. 'Cause I would love to do that. I'll still cheer on the Rockets and the Astros, but I really want a divorce. I want to leave. Like,
You can come to the Blue and Silver anytime.
I
baby.
will never.
Next, we got the Rams at the Giants.
Oh, Rams! What the fuck, Rams? God
You
damn it, what
you guys are
happened
going.
to us?
Matt Stafford's kind of playing a little
It
questionable.
was one game.
That's not one game, it's two, but like questionable.
Giants.
Remember, we said the Giants lost
The
5 people
Giants.
last game.
Oh my God!
The Giants. How many times did I have to say it was the Giants? He still didn't. It still didn't click.
I forget, bro. I keep. Yeah, it's because I. You're right.
Yeah.
You know what my pick is. Just not the Giants. Not the Giants.
On the list of tough games, we got the Texans at the Colts.
Oh fuck.
Colts. Colts.
You know what? I'm gonna pull a Jordan. I believe in Davis Mills, so I'm gonna go my Texans.
They'll hurt you one more time.
I assure you they can't hurt me any more than they already have.
You know what? If you stab the same place over
Stop feeling
over a
it.
year, you stop. Yeah, you
Just stop feeling
I mean,
it.
shoot, you know the Wolverine effect. He stopped.
That's what it is. Imagine putting Wolverine in the saw basement. That's what life is like. we
Constantly.
keep healing, stronger, of course, and of course you
Not
bring the saw
stronger,
again.
but yeah.
It's fine because we're used to having our fucking arms amputated. It's great.
I need to actually watch this game so I'll know how to gauge the Texans for future picks.
Why? No, don't, because it's not going to make a difference. Because they could play terrible this game, they could play great this
I
game. You're
watch
not
all
going to get it
games.
next week.
So
Why would you watch us if you don't have to?
fantasy.
Don't do that. What, would you waterboard yourself? So I don't know why you're watching Texans game.
To be honest, I had the kicker.
I did this to myself.
I had the New England kicker, and yes, I will watch a game just because my kicker plays on there. Motherfucker got 17 points, so I'm good.
He missed one. Yeah, he missed one.
But we let that slide when the motherfucker got 17 points.
Yeah, that's true.
Next game. Oh,
Chiefs.
what's the split on that one?
You're the only one that picked the Colts.
Man, I really have faith in these motherfuckers.
You really did. You gotta hit one of
It's
these.
Stockholm syndrome.
A broke clock is right twice a day. So
no,
you gotta
John,
hit
I kind of want to pick the Colts too, but I just
wouldn't blame
don't know
any of
anything
you.
about any of these teams.
I wouldn't blame not a one of you.
Here's what I know about the Colts: that I was beating Trish until their running back ran for 30 points.
AFC South
Jonathan
teams,
Taylor, baby.
AFC South teams do weird things. So
It's very questionable what happens.
yeah, it shouldn't even be a division. Go ahead.
Chiefs at Washington.
I'll give it to the Chiefs. They need a bounce back. I think they'll get it.
This is the bounce back team. If you're going
It's the bounce back team. Don't you do it, TJ.
I'm not. They don't have a name. I'm good. I refuse to pick Washington until they have a
They
name.
don't have a name.
Until they have a name.
I was actually about to say the Battle of the Indians, but I guess that's not
No,
true anymore.
not anymore.
Which also, in hindsight, 2020, my girlfriend, who had never, not a big football person, she was like, wait, time out. Let me get this straight. So the Chiefs are fine. And their symbol is your arrow. I was like, yeah, the Chiefs are kind of respectful. So the Chief, when you sound like a chief, I'm like, yeah, sure.
No.
Kansas City.
It's no Native American. They stopped doing that. They don't do the thing anymore. Do they?
They're on their own.
Oh, no. So, yeah, it's going to be a while before they integrate that out. But, I mean, it's just the arrowhead, which can, you know.
And Chiefs are ugly colors, if you ever realize.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Red,
hideous
white, and
fuck.
yellow
It's mustard
is
and ketchup.
disgusting.
And mayonnaise. They all three.
Bro, the condiment
Ketchup,
team.
the condiment team. Oh, hideous fucking colors. The worst. Yeah,
know,
now that the creamsicles are gone, the worst colors.
Yeah.
I was about to say, we get into discussions about the best uniforms all the time. I think I would agree that the Chiefs probably have the
it's
worst.
The worst.
Yeah.
After I saw it, it was like my eyes were actually. I was
It
like,
hurts.
Damn, Patty Mahomes, your hair distracts a lot from this. Like, because
Yeah.
this shit is terrible.
It's too red, it's too yellow, and it's too white.
I actually can't say that after I forgot the fucking Seattle Seahawks color rush uniform I just saw on Thursday.
Yeah, you keep bringing that up. I keep forgetting about that too. Yeah, it's really bad. It's terrible.
Where you have to wear a You have to wear sunglasses to watch them play.
That neon is meant for a hint, just to offset some shit. You do not make that an
What
entire
highlighter
uniform
factory
color.
did they rob?
God,
They're like, dye our shit in highlighter juice. It's
you just
KC.
shut the lights off and just let them play. You'll see every last
Neon.
one. I'm like,
We play in the dark here.
welcome to Seattle.
Some pick snow, some pick way. We choose darkness.
Speaking of darkness, we got the Packers at the Bears.
It's a very depressing game, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emo in that game.
Well, Jalen Smith is over there now,
It's
right?
Packers.
Yeah. He's a Packer now.
I mean, that defense needs a lot more than Jalen Smith. Really, you're thinking about this
The
one? Huh?
Bears. I mean,
They're not good.
they're not good, but they're.
But the
They got
Packers aren't.
Matt
The Packers
Nagy.
just almost lost to the Bengals. Like they're also
But
not.
the Packers aren't great. People,
But
it's one of those
I
like
believe in Joe Burrow. Okay, he played his.
I
ass
believe
off.
in Justin Fields.
He's fucked up now.
no, you don't.
Not with Matt Nagy. I don't.
What's the split right now? What are you going?
I'm picking the Bears. That's
Oh.
a little bit of Rodgers hatred.
Packers,
Yeah, he picked Packers.
Bears.
So 2 Packers, 2 Bears. Okay.
I like. Do not forget that they only scored 3 points in a game this season against Winston.
Who?
The Packers.
The Packers.
That was
first-
the first game. We've already etched that out. That was the asterisk.
I don't.
It
I'm
was
not.
it was Aaron Rodgers teaching them a lesson, showing them I could fucking shit out of every time. That's what that was.
Next up,
The man bun will not let you down.
true.
He will in an MC championship game. The Bengals at Detroit.
Bro, Bengals.
Oh, Detroit. Burrow's out, I believe, right? Is he back? He had a throat situation.
Throat contusion.
Yeah, if he's back, I'm picking Bengals. If he's not, I'm going Lions.
I don't. It's Tuesday, so we don't know yet.
Oh, so it's still undecided.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up. Throat contusion sounds like some shit that'll keep you out a while. So I'm gonna assume he ain't playing.
Can we
This is fucked up. Yeah, can we, like-
30-second break for a second while I
All right, I'm going to go to the next one, which is also a hard choice. Cardinals versus Browns.
Cardinals.
Oh yeah, Cardinals. Those
no,
are 2
the
fucking.
Browns are great though.
No, they're not.
but
Those
Cardinals.
quarterbacks are trash.
No,
It's
you
gonna
don't
be-
get to pick the
it's gonna be a
Cardinals. You don't
trash-
get to pick. You don't get to pick the Cardinals.
No, it's 2 fucking quarterbacks I hate. Who do I hate more? Baker Mayfield. Believe it or not, Baker Mayfield. So yeah, not by much, by a nut hair. Baker Mayfield is who I hate the most.
Oh, he's expected to
So-
play. He's expected to play.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll go.
Yeah,
Bengals.
we'll go Bengals.
Yeah. Broken dude coming back. God damn.
It's
a
two
tough
universal
man.
picks back to back, and I don't think it's going to work out well
What do you
for
mean?
either. Everybody picked the Bengals. Everybody picked the Cardinals.
I didn't pick the card. Oh, I did pick. No, wait.
You picked.
Who
the
picked the
Cardinals.
Browns? I thought you picked the Browns.
No, I picked the Cardinals. I know.
Yeah, Cardinals.
No,
gonna win
he
that
picked
game.
the Cardinals and said, "You don't get to pick the Cardinals."
Yeah, no. If my options are the Browns or the Cardinals, I do. That's the only time.
The only undefeated team left, but that's fine.
I'm cool with that.
No, it's all gonna come falling down after Kyler Murray gets his head knocked off.
Bro, Kyler Murray is the only undefeated team, and they still don't talk about the dude. I don't know what you can do
Because
wrong.
why would you?
Yeah.
Because we don't. What, they put a peewee player in an NFL game. How do you
He's
think that's gonna
5'10".
go?
He's not that short.
He is a tiny man.
He's
Are you taller than Kyler Murray?
Yes.
Are you taller?
Are you taller than Kyler?
I am
Murray?
taller than Kyler.
I am also taller than Kyler Murray. Are any of us playing in the NFL?
We could if we were Kyler Murray.
No.
I can't run a 40 as fast as Kyler Murray. I can guarantee that.
His little legs go
Tiny-
so fast.
Yeah, they really do. They pitter powder.
He keeps traction on the ground.
Oh, he's like a
I see the Roadrunner sign whenever
he's
he's
like a little road runner. That's what he is. He looks like one too. So yeah, no. I'll go to Cards because they have all my favorite former Texans on the squad.
Kyler Murray. I like you, so I'm picking.
I
you.
don't.
Next up,
Default. That's why I'm picking you. Go ahead.
Cowboys at the Patriots.
don't know why you asked this question.
Cowboys, come on, man. Did you see that team struggle against the Texans? The Texans.
That'll feel nice to get a W over Bill Belichick.
Does that not happen often?
Never. I'm like,
Really? Oh yeah, y'all don't play them that often.
I count.
We play them all the fucking time.
I count this as a win if Diggs gets an interception, so I'm good.
What do you mean? He doesn't get an interception. It's a fucking win. You have Dak Prescott, right?
No, I mean our run game's great. So
all your offense is good and your fucking defense is
woke
solid.
up.
So yeah, you go into the fucking. You're gonna win your division. You're likely going to the NFC
that's not a check
championship.
mark.
yeah.
We have what is it? We have
It's
3
the worst
teams and a
division.
one.
No, it's the worst division in football, so it's easy. Easiest one to predict. I predict you going to the NFC championship.
Don't do that.
Against Green Bay.
I will not co-sign that. Next.
Yeah,
Next.
It's gonna happen.
Sign that.
Let's do it for the 5th year. Aaron
another-
Rodgers.
Is that another universal?
That was Universal. I don't think the next one will be Universal. Raiders at Broncos.
Broncos.
Unfortunately,
All score touchdowns.
unfortunately, your team's on timeout for it.
Yeah, those Raiders.
I actually would go with the Raiders,
Bad Raiders.
But-
Bad Raiders, yeah, no.
but bad.
Yeah.
Your organization decided to skip a day before
Yeah,
they
go.
fired the dude. I'm good.
Yeah.
Next week we'll have a conversation.
Yeah,
again.
you might be in the running next week. Go sit in the corner with a dunce cap.
They
Not
got-
you, the
Yeah,
Raiders.
just the Raiders.
They have like 3 weeks of timeout time where the new coach figures out what he's going to do.
No,
That's basically
they have
it.
3 weeks before he gets fired.
I can see that. I can definitely see
And
that.
then,
Yeah.
and then the Raiders season starts. The thing is, I'm unapologetically, I messaged it in the chat. I want the Raiders to do good, just to
Me too.
fuck Gruden off. But
I like the Raiders in general. I would like them to. I don't like Derek Carr. I really wish they'd get a new quarterback while they're searching for
Yeah.
a coach, but whatever. He's still there, but I like the Raiders.
Get Jimmy
I want
Garoppolo.
them.
He's right
But it
there.
just-
I would like Jimmy much better than fucking Derek Carr. About the same quarterback anyway.
look, it's just we'll see how they survive. It's either they're a snake or a worm. You cut the head off a snake, it dies. You cut the head off a worm, just
I think they'll be all right.
Yeah,
They
I
just
think
need
they'll
Eric
be
B.
okay.
Enemy in that the black trans GM. Boom, Super Bowl bound. I think. That's the thing. They're into diversity. Go head first into it and go win some games.
take a gamble.
Yeah.
To continue our hard to pick games, the Seahawks at the Steelers.
It's one fraud versus another fraud. I don't know
Yeah.
what to tell you.
Seahawks Steelers.
Yeah.
Good God.
I just don't like betting on the
Whoa.
Seahawks.
Oh,
They lose games they're supposed to win.
Time out. No, Pittsburgh. Fucking Russell's out and Carson's out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that team is broken. So absolutely, that's an easy win for old Big Ben. It's a get right game, actually.
Seahawks.
Oh, really?
This is the type of game men would lose.
Yeah, Ben loses. They need to find him on the tarmac.
Gino's been waiting.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he was done.
Oh, that's right. Gino's been playing.
The return of Geno Smith. I'm like, wow, Geno is still in the league. Huh?
Gino's ready. I'm going.
Hey, his face is healed from that punch. He's ready to go.
Good old West
You know
Virginia
the-
Geno
you-
Smith.
You know the last rookie to beat Tom Brady? Is Geno Smith.
Really? Oh,
He
wow.
tweeted that the other day.
Geno retweeted? Oh, come on, man.
He retweeted that with like an
No.
interesting dot. Shut up, Gino. Look,
Oh, no,
I'm
Geno.
going with you out of
You a
desperation.
backup, homie. No one remembers that.
This is my hey, I'm crazy and fun pick,
Fucking
all right?
Geno. The legend of Geno Smith is amazing. If you don't know it, just Google it.
Google it.
It's spectacular. I remember that whole thing. It was fantastic.
Well, we've gone through the whole thing of tough games. This last one's easy. It's Bills Titans.
I'm going with the Tide Bills, of course. Bills, nigga, like
Tough one, you know. The Ghost Oilers or Austin's future team. I'm going with them. I'm always riding with Josh Allen, man. Fuck a Tennessee Titan.
they're just so good right now.
They're not
They're not-
good.
No, the Bills are.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No,
they
Derrick
make me
Henry's
angry.
good.
Yeah, Derrick Henry's always good. But Ryan
Yeah, that's just
Tannehill's
not-
a joke,
Yeah.
and the rest of that defense is non-existent. That coach sucks. So yeah, that's the Tennessee Titans for you.
Can Cowboys get Derrick Henry as a fullback?
We have two good
fullback?
running backs already.
Yeah, the first time you've ever had that.
Hey man,
you got a tandem.
We'll have. What's wrong with 3?
Derrick
Our-
Henry's a bell cow.
Our cap space can't take 3. I'll
Oh,
tell you
yeah,
that
no,
for free.
definitely you can't
We got-
afford much anything.
I was about to say we got to we got to find a way to pay Trevor Diggs and Micah Parsons soon.
You got years for that, man. You don't have a GM that's capable of figuring that out.
We don't have years anymore because.
What do you mean?
Because let's say it's a 4 or 5 year rookie contract.
Yeah,
Now people
usually
are
like
starting
4.
to sit out. I'll sit out 2 years. I don't.
No
care
one sits
anymore.
out on Jerry Jones.
No, that doesn't work with
Jerry Jones.
Jerry owns the
Jerry,
NFL.
The one thing I will. The thing
You will
with
never
Jer-
play again.
I think if it wasn't Dak, because Dak's the only one that pushed it to
No,
the limit.
The thing with Jerry Jones, the one thing I do genuinely give him is that man makes contracts happen. He can make a finance thing
He's a
happen.
good businessman.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were like, cool, with Jalen Smith's situation. They were like,
Wish he was our owner. I mean, our owner sits in an empty room playing video games, sitting in the.
Wait till 100,000 more emails.
Oh God, I hope he's in one of them. Oh, for the love of God, I hope he's in one of them. So he's forced to sell the team. That would be glorious.
Would he sell it or just give it to his son Steven?
Well, no, they force you sometimes to sell it. Or I mean, he doesn't have a son. I'm talking about the Texans.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I meant Jerry
I don't give a
Jones.
fuck about them. I want our owner to be destroyed. So if he's caught up in those emails doing some nefarious shit, I will be dancing in this bitch. I will be thrilled. It will be a great day. We're going out if that happens because our owner's the worst in the NFL. He's trash.
no,
We'll
we're going
dance-
out if Bill O'Brien was also on one of those threads.
Both. Hopefully it's a twofer. If it's
mean-
a twofer,
I mean, honestly,
you want to see a grown man cry? That would be the
I
day.
would. I feel like we won the Super Bowl. That's what I would feel like.
Honestly, the reason Gruden got fired is because Washington is the worst football team. I mean, football run team.
I mean, it's a toss up between Houston and
He literally put
Washington.
his wife in charge of the team as a GM.
Do you know who the Houston put in charge of their GM? A chaplain with zero experience and Bill O'Brien.
I'd rather trust
So-
Jesus than.
Nah, I'd rather trust the wife than those two motherfuckers. Did you see what Bill O'Brien did? That didn't happen in Washington, so yeah. The wife was a way better GM.
At least your team has a name,
They're getting one. It's down to 3 now, they said.
and they all kind of suck.
I like the Red
in
Wolves.
there? I like Red Wolves.
No, look. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it $150. What you do?
Okay.
They literally have what is it? Like WFT on their
Yeah,
helmets.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a local wrestling organization.
No, the Washington Football Organization, because they're not really a team.
They're not a team.
The Washington Football Organization is the worst
I
around.
don't know what the logo is.
It's gonna be an angry wolf going. How?
No, I mean right now.
Oh.
We don't. They need to just do that shit mid-season. Just get the fucking uniform because it's. If you were a good team and you had that name, that'd be.
Well, they're also not a good team.
No, they're terrible. Which is like, if you're a good team, what could you say? Hey, look, it's cool colors, nice helmets, whatever. They're a terrible team, so it's a joke.
You're this isn't smart for business for waiting.
It's terrible
this
for
long.
business.
Like,
I don't want to buy. If I was a fan, I wouldn't buy any merch of the football team. And people know the fucking name is going to change at some point. So why would they buy anything?
yeah, why don't I don't want to.
You're right. They are terrible.
Come on,
Yeah, they really are bad.
Nick. What other team would have this long before actually having a name?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Bro,
Told you.
That's not even that's not even a
You're
hard.
right. It's not smart business, man. Like, that's terrible fucking. I didn't even think about that. That's really terrible fucking business.
Bro, it's not even like rocket science, motherfucker. You literally, yes, I get it. It's a football team name.
The logo.
You
is
know what I just thought of
sells.
that is kind of weird? It's like I don't even know what their hats look like.
Do they have hats?
They have to have a hat.
What's on the hat?
No, it's the circle with
The W in it?
TF on it, dog. I don't know, but like
Why?
what? Like it's WFT. Excuse me. The Washington football team is dumb.
Okay, look, man. Can they strip teams away from owners? I feel like they could. It's just a collection of owners.
They can vote for you not to have a team. That's
Can they
about it.
survivor you out that bitch? Because I really wish they would.
Can they have like a league that is just waiting in the background to be like, if a team is
Like-
just not up to snuff?
Like season ticket holders on wait.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like if a team is not up to snuff.
This legit looks like
Oh no.
that looks like the cheap hat you find at REI as you're leaving the
No,
the place.
that's some straight Dollar Tree shit. That's
That's a baseball logo.
yeah. It really is a baseball logo.
Actually, now,
it's a terrible one.
Now, to
at
be
that.
fair, to be fair, I actually really like that hat right there.
Which
with,
one?
With the claw marks on it. That's something I would rock.
That's some Red
This one.
Wolves shit.
But that's a red. Like, but if you told me Washington Red Wolves on
Yeah,
that,
I would buy
that's
that.
a fire hat.
I saw the logo that they were thinking about for the. It's a nice logo. Do that already, for fuck's sake. Do something.
Yeah, Tommy, I'll ride or die with you on a Texan hate train because it's just hilarious. But the thing is, from an organization
You are
perspective,
right. Historically,
they don't even tank for shit. So I don't know what their game plan
Their stadium's terrible.
That one?
No, that wasn't it.
Oh.
That wasn't it.
I also don't.
That's not bad.
I don't like that.
You don't like what? That
logo.
No, that was
leave the letter out. I just want
just the wolf. That would have been perfect. Just the wolf.
or like a claw mark. Oh yeah.
I love the claw marks. They're not cool enough to do shit like that.
No.
I mean, Ron
They have one of
Rivera's
the worst
pretty cool.
stadiums in the NFL. Like if you play Madden, you can.
Is it bad to like Ron
relocate that
Rivera?
team.
I don't think it's bad to like Ron
No,
Rivera.
he's a very likable
Right?
coach.
Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's
He ain't
about
done no
cancer.
Gruden shit.
He's
He's
cool.
good. Yeah. Or Myers shit. So he's
Yeah,
a stand up guy.
Hey, look, man, today's fun. Roasting people's fun.
It's really fun. I can't wait for next week's show.
I'm really hoping another head coach fucks up. Which one will it be this time? We should have a spinning wheel.
I know, right?
It's probably going to be Jerry Jones.
He's not a coach. Mike McCarthy, come on down. That would be great.
No,
He's
'cause
too much of a blunder dude. He's just like,
Oh God.
No, the thing is, because of how much of a
it's going to be
thumbtack,
Tony Dungy.
We wish.
because of how much of a thumbtack Mike McCarthy is, I think he's smart enough to know that it's his work email. If you're sending things like this on your work email,
Unless he felt,
please run.
except if he felt the same emboldened that Jon Gruden did, you know.
You know who would
That
never?
good old boys club, they no punishment. No
Mike
consequence.
McCarthy isn't cool enough to be in the good old boys club.
Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Before we head out, I do want to ask one last question. Super easy.
What you got?
Well, not easy, but one to make you think. So we found the coach who wasn't down for the culture. Which coach is?
What do you mean?
Which one of the white coaches would you be?
Oh, can get invited to the cookout? Yeah. Oh shit. Oh, no.
Jason Garrett.
Really?
No, he claps.
I know that he claps and he's lame, but he's really supportive, so he's not going to...
actually really nice.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to Kyle Shanahan, is it? Yeah.
49ers
Shenanigans
coach?
coach.
Yeah.
Kyle
Probably both the
Shenanigans.
Shanahans.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
See
Sean
the way he
Payton
wears his
good?
hat?
Sean Payton good?
Sean Payton. Yeah, actually,
Yeah, because I mean he's been
Actually,
in Louisiana
no.
for a
Let me
while.
change mine. I'm going Sean Payton because he knows how to party if he's been in Louisiana that long.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. He's down for the culture.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sean Payton's going to be mine, not Sean McVay. Because his actually, yeah, it was his uncle that was on one of those Gruden emails. They're friends, so
I just
I'm not going to guilty by association them, but you know,
Yeah. No, it's
I
still-
can't get this prize.
Yeah.
just 'cause of
my
that.
whole thing with Sean Payton is that just like when you're in Louisiana for that long,
Oh, it's rubbing off on you.
like you have to after
Yeah,
a certain
yeah.
point.
It's rubbing off on you for sure.
You can't not be there, bro. I'm certain he has the fever and just can't admit it.
You've been there for a
Co-
decade and a half.
Coach
yeah.
O from LSU seems pretty cool.
He won't be a coach next year.
He's going to have to find a new college to sleep with freshmen?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, yeah, good guy. Was she a freshman? Was that what that was? What was that story? Because you just sent the picture and it shocked me.
So it apparently is very common. So he's divorced, so it's all
Right.
actually
Oh, that's
totally
fine.
legit.
Yeah. Okay.
But
It's
he
all
just
legal.
sleeps, yeah, so he just sleeps with freshmen.
You said that with such casualty. Ed Orgeron sleeping with freshmen is a thing that just, oh my God.
I mean, it's LSU. You're not going there.
No,
Yeah.
you're in Baton Rouge. There's
Yeah.
no rules there. Good God, man.
Is it?
That's
is
so
it a tad bit
disturbing.
creepy? Yes, actually,
Yes.
quite.
Hella
Yes,
creepy,
yes.
actually. It's
Quite
really,
creepy.
really, really creepy.
Is that nigga just taking he was like,
He's
I'm
Matthew
divorced and
McConaughey.
in college.
And I'm a head coach. He's taking full advantage. Don't know how I feel about that. I would never send my daughter to LSU. Or any school Ed Orgeron's anywhere around.
Yeah,
So
if
that's
my
simple fact.
daughter came up and was like, I want to go to Tulane, I'm like, take your ass out of here. It's too late for that shit.
The other thing that I'll say to kind of defend Coach O is like whenever COVID started, like
Right.
in April, everybody hates the governor, so they brought him out to say, no, COVID is a serious thing. Please stay inside.
God, Louisiana, do better. Do better.
He did nothing illegal and is divorced. And if he owns up to it, then yeah, young O, baby.
Okay.
I mean, that
I mean,
does
no,
go.
I'm not judging the man. I mean, like, he's taking full advantage. I
mean, that goes back
I thought
to-
I'd feel weird. Hey, look, the selfie made me feel very uncomfortable.
No, it's weird. It's not weird.
Yeah.
But
But it goes
It is-
back to what TJ was talking about with Urban Meyer. If you just lean into it and be evil,
Yeah. What can you say? No one's talking about Eddie O's shit. Everyone's talking about Urban. So, yeah.
consenting adult.
Be a good coach. That's the lesson of today's episode.
Stop hanging out at the student center and the library.
Stop saying racist shit. And you'll be coach of the year.
Be coach.
This has been.
this has been the Commitment to
There you
Mexcellence.
go.
Thank you for coming down, guys. My name is Marco. If you want to find me, type JLMarco62 into anything, and I'll pop up. TJ.
If you're trying to, sorry, I keep on seeing flashing lights on my
Okay.
thing, and I think it's just like the material.
Called a stroke.
Well, the what? No, don't tell me that when my body's okay. I cannot tell if it's numb or sore. Nah, but for reals, if you want to holler at your boy on TJ Mana. On most forms of social media, if you want some more personal time, I do actually was streaming earlier today. Holler at your boy on AlphaX Phoenix on Twitch. But most of the time, you can always catch us on _Mexcellence on all forms of social media, especially TikTok. Make sure that you can help get us to our journey to 50,000. But if you can't find one of us there, where can they find you?
Oh, Tom McGrew _art Instagram, and that's it.
Good night, everybody.
Committed to going home.